Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. Today's Flank episode is presented by the Xfinity 10G network. Big shout out to them, chat. It doesn't matter if you're gaming, streaming, competing, their 10G network has a faster connection with less interruption. Huge shout out to Xfinity for presenting today's show. And then, of course, we are joined by the one and only Mr. Benji Nassim. We are joined by Christopher Duarte, Parasite. And we are joined by a special guest in the building, my godfather, the legend, the head coach from Atlanta FaZe. Give it up for Coach Crowder. What's going on, Chris? How are you, bro?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to do my first ever official Flank episode. Very happy to be here with you guys. Let's fucking get it, baby.
It's the coach, man. It's the coach. It's a pleasure having you on, Chris. Been waiting to get you on. I know you're busy with coaching and everything, so I hate bothering you. You know what I mean? Like, I never want to be that guy, tagging you along. I know you guys are practicing every day and watching.
No, it's not a bother, dude.
And stuff, but I really appreciate you hopping on, Chris. It's always a pleasure. And Ben, how are you doing today? You doing good, bro? You doing all right?
I'm doing good. Got a haircut.
What about
morning.
me?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I forgot you're joining us today. I forgot. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for doing attached. Kevin back into the Minnesota Rokkr. These guys haven't won an online match since January, but today is a different day. Give it up for doing attached. Dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, the onliner. I love my online, so
my duo.
we to come back. We to bring it back. Go crazy. But yeah, this is a pretty good intro, Tom. Pretty good intro. Let's get it.
Yeah, my bad, Dylan. It's my fucking duo right there. I forgot Dylan. Dylan, I didn't know you were joining. I thought you were going out to dinner and stuff. You told me you were gonna.
Yeah. I'm just staying as long as I can. I'm staying as long as I can.
You know what I mean? That's crazy, though. That's crazy. I'm fake for that. And then we got Ben. Why don't you go? Ben, how you doing? You doing all right? You doing good?
Yeah, I got a haircut this morning. Been streaming today. I've been watching a little bit of the PGA Championship. That's been pretty good. Gonna get some golf in tomorrow morning. That's gonna be fun.
Nice.
And yeah, enjoy the matches today. If you want to take it from here, Parasite. I don't know how your day went.
Yeah, Chris, how you, Duarte? How you doing? I'm gonna call you Duarte today. How you doing, bro? You doing good?
I've been good. Making some self improvement. Started hitting the gym. So today's my second day in.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I got a roommate that is very into lifting and fitness and stuff. So he's been helping me out, and yeah, just I've been making self improvement stuff. This entire year, just trying to be the best version of myself.
I love that, bro. It's a big W in the chat for my man Christopher Duarte, man. You're definitely gonna start feeling better to go to, bro. I'm so bad, bro. I gotta get in there more too, bro. I'm fucking. I literally did a workout the other day. I was gassed after 10 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I was like, dude, I gotta go do something. I gotta do something about this, bro. But it'd be like that. But we had a long day at COD today. We had 3 matches. It was a really good day at COD. We could switch on over and get right into it. Don't want to waste anybody's time here. We're getting into the first match of the day. We had the London Royal Ravens going up against the Florida Mutineers. We start things off on a Fortress Hardpoint, Ella Silo S&D, Expo Control, Embassy Hardpoint, Fortress, Search and Destroy. I mean, is there anything that you guys see in the videos? I mean, Ben, we'll start with you. I'll kick things off, man. London are just, man, I don't know what these guys are just, man, they got to get this year over with. Ben, what are you thinking, bro? What's going on here?
Yeah, nothing too crazy in the videos. I guess there was some discussion on Twitter after the series because there was a little bit of a restart map 1, and there's some server issues, and I guess London's complaining they were on 20 ping less than Florida. But you were saying on the watch party, Tom, I don't think the connection had anything to do with some of the continuously poor decision making on the London side.
No, I definitely do not. I mean, that is annoying though. If they're pinging 60 and the other team's pinging 30, they said, or 40. What did
40.
They say? I mean, yeah. I mean, the pings. I mean, I don't understand how the pings work. We don't see that stuff. Only the pros see it. So I wish they would show pings. I mean, Chris, how's your experience been with servers and stuff this year? Have the servers been good or what?
As good as they can be. I mean, I feel like the servers this year in general and Call of Duty overall has been kind of eh. I feel like they even in practice and stuff. There's so many days where when you're trying to practice on a certain server and it just dies. And it's all right, well, we can't play on this one anymore. It's it happens.
Yeah.
Probably more than it should. So they're not the best, but I mean, they're not hard. When they're working, they're not horrible, but it's just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I felt for the London guys for sure after the restart because they got a perfect break. They flipped spawns on bad side. They got good time on P1. Asim was about to get a streak. So it sucked, you know what I mean? But, a lot of teams have to struggle with restarts. So, it is what it is. restart came in. We get into the restart, and honestly, it was Florida. They haven't been looking too bad, the Florida Mutineers. I feel like they've been coming out to play a little bit. I heard Bragg talking about it in the interview, but their teamwork. He just said that they've been working really heavily on their teamwork. And I think it's good to see from Florida. I mean, that can bring us into the first map a little bit and just kind of run us down. First, I want to talk about this P2 because Florida, they just waltz right through the front of the hill. Bro, Yuli is by himself in the hill on rotation.
This is a problem that I think London always like
What
falls
is Scraps
into.
doing?
It's one of those
I
things
have
where
no idea.
they are so heavy, like relying on like trying to push out all these lanes, get a perfect setup, like spawn the team really far out, but like they're just leaving gaps by doing that. And a lot of the time, there's just players that are way too split and isolated. And you play a good team, they're going to take advantage of those situations. And London is, or not London, but Florida has been looking really good. Pickle actually said that their practice has not been reflective of their matches. And lately, now that they've beat Thieves and come over here and beat London, he said that they're looking like themselves in practice. So, I mean, these guys are looking like a good dark horse team coming into this major. Like they might not qualify for champs, but they look like they can ruin somebody's year. You know what I mean, or like somebody's last tournament.
Bro, right here to get 2 dead, and then these last 2 guys are coming off of old, right? There's the other one, and then I think Maddie trades this guy. Boom, that's a 4 dead now, right? 2 dead, then another 2 dead. Boom. Bro, they gotta get over to the hill here, bro. What the hell's going on? Even Nasty, like, sitting on the back stairs, I'd like to see him just kind of dive to the stage, start snaking like crazy. You can help Yuli out a little bit. I don't really like the spot Yuli was playing, but, I mean, Chris, go ahead, bro. What the hell's going on?
I mean, this entire play is on Scraps. Like,
he needs to rotate over.
I was just saying,
I was
doing
like rails,
like the P2 spawn, like that front art spawn that you see them get, like, I mean, dude, like he did anything but cut everyone. All the kills that they just got were useless if they can just run by like that. Like he got 1 kill. He got the last guy that spawned up, which is number 7, which is Brack, and then the rest of them just ran by and killed his team.
To be fair, the guy that was laying down by open got absolutely smoked here, and then number 2 had his clothes, so then he had 2 to like. I don't know. I don't think it's completely on Scraps, but I think Scraps could have definitely been a little bit more useful. I think like this. Look how this guy dies, bro.
No, yeah, that's criminal. He played that angle fucking just terribly. But like,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like the way this game plays out, bro, like you have to like try and make it consistent on that stuff. And I mean, say this nicely, London's definitely not the team to be piecing up people, and you don't want to really rely on that. So I feel like Scraps, the playstyle Scraps is playing here, he should not be trusting his teammates to get pieces in the hill. That's just not what they've been doing correctly 100%. All year. So I feel like Scraps doing what he's doing here, especially off the timings of the spawn. I mean, the last guy to spawn is the guy that he killed. That guy is the most useless person right there. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have done that.
Pick up this cross here, like from top rails. Just look over Yuli here, like just preem here.
He could have done that. He could have pushed top windows and blocked the front spot. He could have done a lot of different things.
He could have done anything besides what he did, just because like he just creates such a big gap for London to like hit through like art that he ends up just becoming useless.
So that you see Florida, they end up breaking right through the front, and then they get themselves to a little bit of a lead. London, this was Ben. I remember you said it during the watch party. This is like the only hill they held this game, this map, this P3, which is ultimately probably one of the easier hills to hold in this map. But after this, it went pretty downhill, Ben.
Yeah, I mean they had a tough time trying to break the P4, couldn't really get it done, and this got kind of just along for the ride after that. And it's emblematic of a lot of issues we've seen from this London team. They lack the cohesiveness to really break hills. And they're really prone to just spiraling and just kind of getting out of control in the maps.
Yeah, as we get into the second rotation, this is where things really get out of hand. I want to go into the listening with the Florida Mutineers and see how the guys sound over here. I thought they sounded pretty good. They had a lot of energy. So let's tune in and see how Florida sounds.
Get time. Back up. I'm top maps. We're good. Cages. I'm not blocking. Maps weak. 2 maps. Okay. I had 5 maps. Both to back. Another one back dead. We got them in a mega bunch. 1 P5 absolute nasty behind this guy. Nice, good job. They're trying to back. More P5. Go. Yep. One at a time. One time weak. I need you back stairs. Nice, good job. I'm holding pinch. Walk free. I'm holding pinch. Back right stairs. Back right. Yeah, nice. One just hit P1 to new. Okay. I'm gonna wrap for it. I get pinched. Wrap for it, Tyler. You're good. Dead. Nice, good job. I'm back. Look for one. I'm backing all the way up. Nothing backstairs. I go P4. They're rotating. Yeah. No, backstep right now. I'm backing up. I'm trying to get I'm in right now. There's 2 backstep. 2 backstep. I'm backstage. Hold your maps. Hold your maps up, by the way. I got maps, boys. Give a trophy in new. I'm in initial. Yeah, I'll get one of the hill pops. Yo, one's P5. I'm getting a trophy on you. I have all the maps. I have another trophy on you. I'm holding your gate, Javi, with you. I'll help you front if you need help.
You have to help us, okay?
Nothing front yet.
One maps the gate.
All right, that's gonna do it for the listen. Love Tyler Fellows comms, some small talking, and the small talk is just what gets me, right? A lot of teams don't really small talk much, so hearing Tyler Fellows small talk a little bit.
There's a reason that his nickname is the Motor Mouth. With Fellow historically, he's always been great with the small talk, great in directing traffic, and I agree with your earlier assessment of this Florida team. I think it's night and day from how they looked a couple weeks ago. Seemed like a reinvigorated team and a team that is unified in their approach. Word. They know that it's going to be a tough way to win champs, or make it a chance to even win. So they're kind of buckling up and see if they can do something this major, and they look pretty good value right now to do something.
Bro, I love Vickle, bro. He's been playing so good for this team basically ever since like the major. I think he's really coming into his own, and I think a lot of people were really hard on him, during his debut in like the first couple of months of the game whenever their team was in its original form. But I think he's proven on this team that he is a good player, and maybe he might be a late bloomer. Maybe it was the system. I know he said that he works a lot better with Cap than he did with Colt, so maybe that obviously could play into it. But he's been looking a lot better this stage.
Yeah, no, he's been looking really good. And Florida Mutineers, I mean, you can see in the final scoreboard, they just chained 3 hills in a row in the second rotation. London just kind of looked like they were getting slammed, to be honest. And the scoreboard says it all. I mean, everybody from London is negative. On the other side, 25 and 22 from Capsule, 24 and 16 from Vickle, Brack 18 and 11, 16 and 15 from Fellow. I mean, everybody pulling in some weight there. Everybody doing what they got to do. It was a good first map from Florida Mutineers. Any final thoughts on the map 1, gentlemen, as we head into the map number 2? Any thoughts?
This is chalked after map 1. He knew London was probably going to fold after they lost by 150 points. We've seen it time and time again. And the search, this, by the way, has been historically, like in recent times, a decent map for London is S&D, but they just looked a step slow versus Florida, and they were just kind of hitting new levels.
Yeah, I want to talk about this because going into the second map, the LSCLO S&D, I mean, Ben, you were saying this, it's hard to defend A with no trophies. That's what Ben said, but I feel like you can argue that from the other side. Like, you can hold on to your tax, watch the cross into A, and then once you know they're in there, they have no trophies, so you just bada bing. You just literally just hork your tax in there and just retake it. I mean, what do you guys think by that?
I think it goes both ways, but also like something that a lot of teams like to do, and I personally like doing when I play like ranked, is you stun open those doors in the A courtyard, and that creates a line of sight where if people try to hit that A bomb, they're going to run through those bar doors, and it's it's just another area where you can get like tax in. So like you said, Tom, even if before they cross in the bomb, if they cross that like line of sight into the hallway by the vending machine, like you can just spam them. It goes both ways for sure.
Because in the first round, I mean, Florida, they just waltz in, they plan A for free, nobody's really in there. And Ben, I know you were kind of like, man, like it's hard to hold A, but I was like, maybe you might be able to do something. I know people like to watch the cross from low, like low balk. You can kind of see it like through that little crack.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good first round from Florida. They take advantage of it. They get in there. Next round, it was Capsule. I mean, look at the route he takes off the rib. I felt like Florida, they just had delusional confidence playing London. I mean, this guy Capsule's literally running at him. It's 15 seconds into the round, and he's already topped the balk. And then he ends up jumping a corner, and he jumps down. He shoots Yuli in the back, and then he keeps going. Look, I mean, he doesn't stop. This guy's literally just running at him. Finds another one onto scraps. I mean, Florida, again, they go up 2-0. Capsule with that confidence. And then we get into the next round. It's the Florida Mutineers again. It was actually Capsule in this round again, who gets himself tucked up here top plat. I think Asim, this looked like a loose full route from Asim. I mean, he was just going rogue. Asim is just running in their spawn, trying to make something happen. He gets taken down by Capsule, and in Capsule, he ends up making the play. Again, he pops a dead silence. He hits their spawn, and he finds another one here onto Yuli. So Capsule just making absolute plays. He's been really good for them, too. Capsule's been absolutely turned for these guys. And you can see it in his face, man. This guy's absolutely focused, bro. You know what I mean?
He's laser locked, bro.
Yeah, and then he finds another one here onto Nasty. So good plays from Capsule. Finds 3 in the round. They go up 3-0. Then London, they were able to hold on a defense. They get a round on a board. I think they were able to get one more here. Or they get around on the offense with a quick rush A. And then they get a good defensive hold here. I actually thought Asa made pretty good plays here because he was sitting on kegs. And he was able to stay alive. I think Capsule throws attack at him. And then he's able to dip out. His teammate comes in for the trade. Good plays by Nasty and Asim there to just play off each other. Get that pick, and then the Florida Mutineers, they try and get into this site, but Asim with a couple kills on a round, London with a big hold, 2-3. But other than that, I mean, these are the only rounds that London won. They only won 2 rounds. Next round, London going for a plant. when the retake comes in. I know somebody got picked early. It was Asim. I feel like if you're playing a rush A plant, you got to try and do your best to stay alive. But Florida with the numbers, they do a good job on a retake. They end up retaking the London Royal Ravens. Boom, they go up 2-4. Vickle, that was an insane snap out of Vickle, by the way. That was nuts. That was a crazy kill.
Yeah, what gun was that?
It was a Vazna, but take a look at the snap here, bro. Hold on a second. Chris, watch your mouth, Chris. Fucking H-hole. Fucking Duarte, man. And then look at the snap here. He's aiming bar, and then take a look at this. Oh, my God. They didn't show the whole thing, but you could kind of see it. Vickle going absolutely nuts. And then it's Vickle again in the 2-4 rounds who makes the play. I think he was the one who gets across the B. Nasty held his shot here. You can see Vickle's got that bomb. He's running across. Nasty, he just holds the shot, doesn't want to shoot, doesn't want to give away his position. Then he shoots at the last second, but Vickle was able to stay alive, and I just felt like Vickle was being a nuisance here. And then I believe he throws the stun out and makes a play on this guy as well. He's got the bomb in hand. Good tack usage from Vickle. I mean, quickly the round is over.
Toying with him, bro.
Yeah, as soon as he gets into that AC building, that is just over.
Yeah,
Nasty just played that. That's tough.
Yeah, it was weird because he was like holding his fire, and then like he shot at like the worst time.
Yeah, he chose the worst time to shoot there for sure. But that was just he was trying to make a big brain play, thinking like someone else would follow him up probably to be and it just no, and that just this is
he
not
also
how
got
it went.
behind the vans, and if he tried to like chase him, he probably didn't have Deddy, so he didn't want to get heard. So I mean, it's also kind of unfortunate.
That's exactly what happened. He couldn't get any closer, and he's like, "Shit, I got to take the shot now." Like whatever.
And then this is an interesting play call from London, but they hit 3 field with the bomb, and they get hit by 800 million pre-nades, and Vickle gets a 2-piece grenade. Fellow finds one, and within 20 seconds, 30 seconds, the round is over. And the map is over. London lose 6-2. Florida Mutineers, they go up 2-0. Take a look at the final scoreboard. 10-4 from Capsule, 7-4 from Vickle, 5-2 Brack, 4-3 Fellow. Everyone positive from Florida Mutineers. Everybody negative from the London Royal Ravens once again, except for Nasty, who's even at 6.5 or 6-6. But guys, any final thoughts on the map too? London got pitched down again.
I mean, Asim's our boy, but you can't die 6 times first death in map.
Yeah,
can't be doing that.
Gotta be careful with the bloods, man. Definitely can't get blooded. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt if you keep getting blooded, man. Good teams are gonna use their numbers and they're gonna take advantage of it. So I agreed with that. But yeah, London again, bro. Just going through the motions, bro. And then we could kind of run through the control real quick. But this was another one that was just really bad, man. We get into an expo. And, I mean, this offense was so quick. I mean, Florida right off the bat, they just kind of go over towards that B site. They were able to get 2 ticks pretty early. They end up capping B and getting that extra time. And then after that, they do a good job wrapping back. And, Ben, we were talking about it during the watch party, but I like how Florida wrapped back through their spawn, killed the guys in their back bus and in their base, like just got those guys out of there. That way they could focus on these kills front and work some stacks in the 8-point. I mean, bro, watching London play this map on the offense was atrocious. I was sitting here screaming in the watch party like, yo, what the fuck do these guys do during practice? Like, what do they do? What do they talk about? It literally looked like they didn't even know what the hell was going on. And I'll show it, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. But Florida with a quick offense. I mean, they get B off the rip. They rotate back, get the kills, and then at this point, they do a good job just applying so much pressure over here towards, like, snow area that London, they couldn't get anywhere near this point. Florida go up, and this is what I want to talk about. So, London, they get B, but, bro, if you have Brack pushed out here and number 8 Fellow, right, like, I feel like London need to try and kill these guys in their base, bro. Like, they just kept OEing over and over and over again. I think this was, like, the one time where Nasty was coming back and they were trying to kill these guys. But I feel like after these wave of kills, Florida do a good job pinning London. But what do you guys think about that, bro? Is it all right to just keep overextending? Because after this point on, I mean, London just constantly, they just keep OEing off their spawns. You can kind of see it as I skim through it. Just OE. They just constantly put pressure towards their base. And the reason why I don't like that is because any kill you get, you're just spawning them close to the 8-point anyway. You're just spawning them close snow. So I feel like it's just hard to actually get anything done if you don't get these guys out of your base. Do you guys agree with that or no?
I think if you have one guy do it and you can get them that back driveway spawn, it's effective. Because if you have multiple people to your point, you have to be super coordinated to unlock that spawn. So
personally, for me, I've kind of I like Tommy's approach here. I feel like you should almost like all have your entire team wrap back, and like most of the time, like the people that are holding that bus or like in that general area are in a pretty advantageous position. So you got to think teammates are going to die. When those guys die, then have them OE. But the point is, you send as many people as you can there to make sure you get that trade. Make sure you guys get those people out of that, spawn block, and then you just have that guy hold it. It's almost the same concept of like hotel when I tell people, oh, if they don't have bed control, just sit there and watch the cross from like couches and just don't let them get bed. It's the same thing. Go flood it, get that one kill, and then just play denial. You don't make a play. You just camp it, make sure they don't get it, and have your teammates go make plays, and then you make a play later. Yeah, so I think I like Tommy's approach more here.
And somebody can lurk and hit the overextend. Like somebody can work a pinch. It's not like I don't want anybody like hitting through mid or working a pinch and being a nuisance. Like I want people to take routes and be annoying for sure. I just feel like
what they're doing right here though doesn't make sense though. I mean, like, first of all, the one time they wrap back, and it was like one wrap back, one overextended, one overextended and like cut towards the middle, and then the other one like started the wrap back with him. The guy that died spawned up and then wrap back, and that was like the only time they did it.
Yeah, it was their first try, their first push. Bro, they did this.
Yeah, but 3 people went 3 different ways before they did this, and then they did this, and then like they don't commit to it. It's like I don't know. You can what Chris, what you were saying is like pretty spot on, but it's like, yeah, you can overextend and stuff and do that. Like it doesn't hurt if you want to do that, but like I feel like the way they were overextending too was also wrong. Like I feel like they were doing both. Like they were trying to like get to their base, and like they were just like every kill they got, they had to kill them again to kind of even get any kind of pressure. Exactly. And then even when they killed them, they'd still have to kill the guy in diner and bus. Like I feel like
what I'm saying is like you send the majority of your team over there because you gotta expect them. Some of your teammates are gonna get killed, of course, during that process.
Yeah.
Then those guys can go and pinch.
Off
their spawns. If for some reason none of you die, well, you're all
then you have bus control.
You have bus control with
that's what Florida did.
Like, so
that's literally what Florida did right there. It's like they got bus control, none of them really died, and it's like, all right, now we have all bus and diner control. Like, let's just hold this and win. And then they got snow and spa control, and then it was like obviously a wrap from there. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, it looked like London was just kind of spawning and just like running for dear life. Because like, look, the Nasty gets these 2 kills. Where are those 2 going to spawn? They're going to spawn right there again. They're going to have to kill them again. And even if they get these 2 kills,
they're going to spawn there
in a hypothetical perfect world. They're going to spawn either there or maybe behind them if they get there in time. But then they still have to kill number 8 and number 7, who are now on head glitches turned around watching you. And
look where he spawned. Look where number 5 spawned. As soon as they got
and when you pause it right here, like, look, like the kills that they got, like the guy on the bus, like that guy has no pressure, so he's just going to turn around. Even if they kill the guys off spawn, he's going to turn around and kill them because they're not pressuring him.
And
either.
The worst part about it is their teammates aren't even spawning in a position where they can aid their teammates quickly. If you go and clear out the bus, like they can immediately aid like the players that are OEing, hitting bar, hitting mid, bending, etc. So
I mean, Dylan Attach, what are you thinking, man? You quiet, bro? Is it because I didn't introduce you? Let me give you a proper introduction, bro. It's the world champ. It's a world champion multi. How many titles did you win, Dylan? How many different titles you winning, bro? How many different titles, man?
Oh, he's not here, bro. Oh, no, we caught him slipping.
I think he's waiting for
He's not even here.
Dylan's not even here. He left his headset, bro.
He just wants to know. Dylan just wants to talk about himself, dude. He just wants to talk about himself. He's patiently waiting, dude. There's no way.
I called him a world champion, a multi-champion, bro.
That was some good gas.
That was good gas, bro. That was good gas for sure, bro. Dylan AFK, ladies and gentlemen. He's nowhere to be found. I saw the whole chat was like, Dylan, where's Dylan? I was like, let me get him in here, bro. What's going on? Go ahead.
The last thing I wanted to say about this map is like, you can't play it like Hotel, because on Hotel you can actually OE and you get that spawn control and it influences your spawn like towards back P6. But on this map that doesn't work. Like OEing does nothing for your like offensive side. It doesn't give you a better spawn. It gets nothing done. So like on the contrary with like on Hotel you can OE and it still like works. On this map, like OEing without wrapping back to your spawn is just so terrible. Like you can't just avoid it like you can with bed.
And if you do OE again, you have to do it with like some sort of plan. It literally just looked like London was just like spawning and just hitting there because they were scared to run the other way because there was people there. You know what I mean?
You need to like get the kills on the flank, but then like converge back towards like the center of the map and like almost like pinch in like the players that are around the cabin and like mid map. Like you can't just keep OEing and trying to get in a glass. Like you got to converge at some point.
Wait, did I miss something?
Dylan, I missed Dylan. I was like world champion. I was giving you a proper introduction. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, my guy, I'm back.
World champion, multi-champ. Let's get you in here. Let's get some input. But Dylan, basically what we're talking about now is London when they were on offense. And they capped the B point. They needed A. They never rotated back and just killed the guy's bus or like killed the guys in their spawn.
Yeah.
They just always just ran OE like over and over again. And any kills that they get, they just spawn them close A anyway. They just spawn them snow.
Yeah.
So it's just useless. Like if you're just constantly overextending and nobody's wrapping back and killing these guys, it's just like it's never gonna work. And you can see London too now, or sorry, Florida. Look what they do off their spawn. Like they rotate back. Like they
You gotta
cut
kill the guy
across.
blocking. You gotta kill the guy blocking.
Yep, and they killed the guy with a streak. Like the streak comes down, they kill the guy pushed up. I still think London could have got pushed up after that streak came down. They kind of turtled in the hut, like a hut, but just the difference, like in the arrows. They have one guy pinching, they have one guy playing through mid, two guys wrap back and get these kills, and you'll see Fellow get the kill right here. Boom. Once he gets his kill, I mean, that just opens it up now. You know?
And look at the one kill that Fellow gets, and look what exactly. Like look what they get out of this. They get a potential, touch. Like they're able to they're able to do something, and then like look where Cap gets to cut people. Like this is where you want to be when you touch the point. Like dude, what London was doing.
You want to OE, this is what you want to do.
Exactly. Like what London was doing was literally. But also, I'm telling you, it looked like they were just running because they were scared.
Getting that kill bust is so important because it makes it so like somebody will have to contest that area of the map to keep it neutral on the defensive team. If one of the red arrows runs away from it to go deal with another thing and Fellow's still up there, any kills that London gets are just going to spawn close A unless somebody is literally dedicated to like neutralizing like Fellow's like pressure in that area. So it's just so important to get bus control on this map.
This is flawless in Florida because you can see they rotate back, they get the kills, and then at this point, like look at London, they don't know what to do now. They're panicking. Like there's the only thing they can do is run at the hill now because Florida got the kills, they got the stacks. If they don't run at the hill, like they're gonna cap it, you know. And in Florida, they do a good
once
job.
They touch it, it's over, dude. Yeah, once they touch it, they force you to make a mistake, and like you have to start sprinting to them because obviously you're trying to kill them off the point, and like you're checking random corners. You're in the middle of sprinting. You can get cut. Like there's just so much things that can go wrong. Like,
and that's why
Florida played that way better.
That's why I got annoyed because you see Florida making the plays and you see the difference in the arrows and the routes, like from one team to the other. And it's like, bro, what do London talk about? Like in scrims, like I watched this map once and I see this and I'm like, what are they? You know what I mean? Like,
I personally think they're chalked. They're just
going through the motions.
But like I'm saying that's what I mean. Though. Like I've said it publicly about like Florida. Like I just feel like even though you can't go to champs kind of thing, like. It does suck, and it's so much easier said than done to like have this mindset. But I also feel like the way Florida is like approaching this, especially like I'll say it for Vickle because I've just talked to him personally. Like having the attitude of just like trying to showcase yourself and like trying to be the best team that you can be. Like bro, even if Florida wins Major 5 and they still don't go to champs or whatever, it's like they're still showcasing their talent and themselves to like. What could be for next season? You know what I mean? Like what your career, the longevity of your career, and everything else, and just like how you deal with adversity and stuff. Like I feel like this London team just seems like so, like what you said, like what happens in practice is like so out of it. Yeah, like it just seems like they're just going through the motions, like waiting for the year to be over. But it's like you're waiting for the year to be over, and
you're not gonna have it next year.
That's exactly. Yeah. Like what? So what happens when this year ends? That's what I mean. You're waiting just to end. Like that's I don't know. I feel like everything with them is just going so wrong, and I feel like they're approaching it so terribly too. Like I don't know if that's the case, but I just feel like the way they practice and stuff, there's just like no way, because it's not hard to not do some of the stuff they do. Like you like to a very basic level, obviously, for what I can say, but I don't know.
No, I agree.
And I know Florida, if they win the event, they can qualify. But I'm saying even if they couldn't, like I think just in general, like having that mindset is like. Super.
They're just going hard in a tough situation. That's my point. They're going hard.
Tough situation. Like I feel
most
like
people would give up and be lazy, but they're going
that
out there. They're giving their all.
That shows a lot about you as a person. I feel like in those situations, like, and I feel like out of the bottom 4 teams or bottom 3, whatever, like LAG is kind of the same way for me, in my opinion. When it comes to London, it's just like I just feel like they've just like kind of going through it. Like, I don't know.
1 foot already in Mexico, Chris.
Yeah, Ben. Like, sure. Like, yeah, Ben. Yeah, but like that, yeah. Like
they're going to China, Ben, not Mexico. The joke is Chinese. That's the fucking meme, Ben. Shanghai, ni hao. That's the joke, bro. They gotta learn Chinese. You know what I mean? At least we do gotta pull up the Nate tweet after this series. That shit was hilarious. When he tweeted out the Chinese book, that shit was fucking comedy. But yeah, any final thoughts of the series, guys? London's chalked. They're absolutely chalked. I mean, I have no other final thoughts other than that. Ben, any final thoughts? Chris, any final thoughts?
No.
Okay. Chris, any final thoughts?
Nope.
Or Duarte?
I got nothing, man.
Not Crowder,
Absolutely
Duarte.
not. Absolutely not.
All right, let's hop into the next one. We got LA Thieves going up against the Minnesota Rokkr. We got a Mercado Hardpoint Hotel as the Expel Control, Fortress Hardpoint, El Asilo, Search and Destroy. I'll let you guys kick off with the vetoes to see if you see anything, and then Dylan, I kind of want to get you involved in this one since this is the first time back. But Ben, we'll start with you. Anything in the vetoes that caught your eye?
No, I think the Thieves Hydra bins respected at Thieves for getting rid of a strong Rokkr map. I think the set looked. If these are playing the way they normally play, I like the set for them. But Dill, obviously your squad pulled up, played well today. What was the mindset going into series for your squad?
To win.
That's
a good mindset,
that's a
Dill.
great
I like that
That's
mindset out of
good
you.
one.
Expand on
Holy
that.
shit, man.
Expand on that, Dylan. Expand on that if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's a really
Well, we knew we were in a tough spot. I haven't scrimmed in a month and a half. Fame's run AR for a month and a half, so we had 2 days of practice. We're just like, we got to go in and we got to be great. I mean, there's no excuses. Yeah, shit situation to be in, but we were just going hard, making the most of it. No complaints, and that you saw what happened. Like, we just played really good COD together. The teamwork was on point all day.
Yeah, Dylan, it's a pleasure having you on the show. I'm sorry you had to hear this, but I gotta say it. What the fuck is going on in the Rokkr camp? They put their world champion, multi-champion on the bench. They pick up a sub player, somebody who was frying in challengers as a submachine gun player. They tell him to use an AR.
Yeah.
Then a month later, they're like, what the hell is going on? They bring Dylan back into the roster, which they should have never removed him to begin with a month ago. They put Fame on the sub, and it's a night and day difference. Fame was a night. It wasn't even comparable. He looks like a natural sub player when he plays. With the AR, it looked like he didn't... he wasn't comfortable. At least from what I was watching. Today, he looked super comfortable on the sub. And it made sense. In Challengers, he was doing that too. I just don't understand. Why pick up a sub player, then bench your AR player, and then it just almost like they had no idea what the hell was going on.
I also think that Fame, the way he plays is he doesn't like, he's not necessarily in the objective, but he's always playing around the objective. Like, he's not the type of guy to go push out cuts, look for kills. Like, maybe like he's always playing he just plays for the win. He's a person that plays for the win. He's never been a super flashy player. He doesn't like go out of his way to try to, be a superstar. He just is playing with his team, and he's finding success that way when he runs a sub. But also he ran a sub in Vanguard. He ran a sub in this game.
That's what I'm saying.
And he was on one of the best challenger teams the entire year. Pretty much was like MVP of his team.
Yeah.
And they brought him in as an AR.
And he was running a sub trophy on the academy team. Was he?
No.
Someone told me
Maybe
that.
not
I'm not too sure. But regardless, yeah, like
trophy trolling, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if he did that the entire time.
Someone told me that. I didn't know if that was true, but yeah, no, that was my confusion too. Is like, I thought when he was joining, I thought he was like a sub player.
Wait,
and then
Fame said he was.
Fame's in chat. Were you running it towards the end? Because maybe I didn't watch enough of your games, but
your team was
Fame's in here?
Yeah, we weren't familiar with your game.
No, the entire
Yeah, they had him in the hyperbolic.
entire year.
Yeah.
Lord.
Dude,
They have him in the hyperbolic, so that's why he just gets to have Daddy run free. I don't give a fuck what you do, just get some kills.
Oh,
and
even better,
you saw him play today.
His playstyle is just like if he's naturally used to running it with the trophy, like you got to think he's literally always around the objective. So, yeah.
So how did he how did he end up with an AR in his hands then?
I think
someone answer
they
that?
scrimmed. Didn't they say that they scrimmed and it just looked better with an AR?
No, that's that's the. Don't worry.
The story.
The 2-day trial scrims were the most. They weren't good.
They were rushed.
What are you gonna get from
Signed on
2
the
days
move, though.
worth of scrims? So what are you gonna get from
Listen.
that?
So who made the decision though? Like I would love to know. Was it a coaching staff, a player decision?
I wasn't in the room when decisions were made, obviously because I was benched. But I do know. The only thing I will say is that there's people who didn't think I was the problem. Not going to go into too many details, but the people think I didn't think I was the problem, and they were just giving this a shot for a little bit. See how the team did. The team didn't do much better, so they brought me back, and I can't go into too many details because, like I said, I wasn't really there. I don't actually know how the conversation went behind the scenes, but there was still people or person who had faith in me.
Fair enough. Could we talk? Think of things people should be doing, bro. Can we like? This is a great play from Ben, but I'm really tired of seeing people not checking this corner.
Yeah, why come people aren't seeing in this corner? Are you invisible in that corner or what?
Bro, and by the way, this happened after Thieves went 4 dead and got a deep spawn. So you know the Rokkr are already here. They've already rotated. You've got to clear these corners and be like thoughtful. And they let Ben make a pretty good trigger discipline play here to get a 2-piece.
Yeah, no, it was a really good play from Ben. And
this
he gets
elite.
here. You could see the route he takes early, like when they get these kills here. Because look, he's He's mid-map. He gets taken down. He finds a good kill with a grenade. Cammy finds one. It's a clean 4 dead. And then instead of just like running in like an absolute asshole, he just holds. He understands the situation. He understands the situation, and he puts a nice little corner there.
I guess Tom Vance spawns in the house, and I guess they don't read that. Like they know where the other 3 guys are. There were 2 at old, and they know that Cam got a kill, so they probably didn't know where Ben was. But
it was a weird spawn. It was a weird spawn.
That's not that weird. No, I mean, it's not even a weird of a spawn as the fact it's just like, even if he doesn't spawn there and hypothetically he spawned Barber like closer, like he's still gonna probably get to that house before, you know what I mean? Like he's still gonna get there. Like I think it was a product of they probably should have cleared it better. I think it was just a product of like the one, I don't know who on LA Thieves like led the charge, right? Was it Dylan Envoy? Yeah, like he gets like to the front alley, and then like Sam was just going down, like he was like going in the bottom of that house, and I think he was just trying to chow the guy back alley to look for Envoy as fast as possible. I think he was just trying to rush that play.
I was gonna say I don't think it's a weird spawn either, because that's like the default spawn, and then where Thieves spawn is like the other spawn, and then the spawn that's like towards like the parking lot side of the map is like right near the Barber car. It's not like in blue, so they pretty much had everything blocked, so they only had one spawn available, and Vance obviously took the other spawn, and we know how chain spawns work, so it's not really weird. It's just not how I would like it to work, but I mean, that's Modern Warfare 2.
Definitely for sure. I mean, LA Thieves, they spawn so deep. I mean, they have to read somebody green, especially if they're getting that D spawn. They didn't hard check. They were checking corners, but they didn't check that one, because I saw.
They didn't clear that well enough at all. That was too good to be true. Like Envoy running down that alley, he probably even knew. He's like, "There's no shot that I just like." Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Something 100%. Must have fell off for sure when he was running there. But then you can see in the P5. What do you guys think about this LA Thieves setup? Because Fame waltzes through middle alley and nobody's looking at it. I thought that was a little interesting from LA Thieves. I thought this was a troll setup from them. I like how Minnesota set it up. I really like how Minnesota set it up. They played through garage, and then Fame made the play through mid alley. But like, what was LA Thieves' setup?
So here's I would say with this setup. I think if Ken was on top of like the
go back. I need a pause frame.
So it's a super weird setup. I don't understand where 1 and 3 are kind of holding it that way. If Ken was on top of the house, maybe he doesn't get killed here. But like the tough part is number 2 is top, and like watching the back, it just looks super weird. Like the trades are there, but like the minute that Ken dies, like they are just fucked.
I'll tell you what it is. It's the fact that nobody is being progressive on top, like trying to actually get information on the where Rokkr is mainly attacking from. If that guy is like shimmying the tin door, or he's playing like an angle where he can like essentially spot that and get away, it means the guy in hill can just focus on watching his middle or aiding the people dark. Problem is number 2 is playing such a reserved angle where essentially he's just putting so much pressure on the player in the hill to watch 2 different things. And I mean, it's hindsight that like we're gonna read where they're coming from, and nobody's taking a deep pinch, but I don't blame number 4 for like looking for a deep pinch and number 1 for looking dark. I just think they need to be more active. Like number 4 is being
more
active.
That's what I was gonna say.
Number 2 needs to be more active in getting the information. You got to read it, bro. You got to find the pressure and react to it. Instead, they just
that's what I was gonna say.
Rokkr just made the perfect play. Rokkr made the perfect play for it.
Just be more active, get your information. Like, I mean, Envoy shimmying back alley. It's almost like he's doubting himself. Like, look, he's watching back alley. He throws a shoulder. Nobody's there, right? Then he drops off. He goes back. It's like, bro, there's nobody there, Dale. You're good. There's nobody there.
One more thing that I'm curious about is what was the timing of like Thieves spawning there and getting set up? Because like they seemed really convinced that they were gonna get flanked.
Nah, they had a lot of time to set up for sure.
Nah, look,
that's what I'm so curious about it. Okay, so
they're here early, and then they get 2 dead. Kenny was trying to play some scrap here.
They're good here.
Dead, you know. They kind of turtle this a little bit.
Wait a minute.
I don't mind them playing tight, but
where's this other guy? Okay, they're what?
Yeah. So I guess Envoy, because they never saw the guy in hill, he assumed that one of them was just gonna go for the deep pitch.
I mean, it's not a bad assumption. It's not a bad assumption
at all.
It's not. Like I said, I think 2 just needs to be more active. Also, 3 can play a cheese spot where he can watch kind of dark and mid, and he can kind of avoid. So you get on top of that wall where Octane is, you can actually be on the hill and you can see mid and see dark. And then, like, let's say a guy comes mid, you drop onto the right side of the wall. If a guy comes dark, you drop on the left side of the wall. So you can kind of cheese both angles if you wanted to. But yeah, I still think that's on number 2, just not being active.
I thought Kenny was actually screwed here. I thought his teammates like kind of screwed him here. Like he had to watch. He had to watch the back alley.
I'm just saying there's another spot that he could play that might be better, and it's kind of cheesy. I've seen Clayster play it where you're on top of that wall and you're actually in the hill.
Yeah.
But anyways,
well, let's go into the. My bad, Duarte. I mean,
no, go ahead. No, it's okay.
Listening with Minnesota Rokkr and see how they sound.
Dark, last guy on the heady. On the heady, he's gonna get me. Kenny.
Play ready on you.
Kenny on ult.
I'm going top man. I'll pick up hedge, okay? If someone picks up.
I don't see shit.
I'm looking tunnel. Pick up tunnel. I'm gonna stop flipping. Trust me.
I'm telling you tunnel. Shit. I'm you tunnel.
I need tunnel. I'm looking for
I'm watching tunnel. If you go short, tunnel. Yeah. Then come long though. Okay, yeah. Nice. Deep. Tunnel. We tunnel. 2 tunnel.
Go. Last heady.
Get time. Someone. Yep.
Yeah, deep. Yo, one more P4. One more. They spawn P4. Close P4.
Coming up. There's at least 2 there. I'm focused on.
I'll get our tunnel. You guys focus on low. Lower, you guys. He might run out. He's jumping up.
Come on. Nice.
It's one more under you.
Got one mid.
One shot. Last guy upstairs. Kenny. He's Kenny. Nice, good shit.
I'm over time.
Stay low.
Yeah, I saw one hedge.
Let's think about neither. Yeah, Ben,
one
you
tunnel.
I'm straight from mid, Cam. Nice. I'm not hedge.
Short.
I need the short guy.
Yeah, one guy on hedge still.
Listen, they can go people tunnel. People tunnel. Last guy tunnel. Draz, I don't know. I think he's gone balcony on you, do.
I'm helping.
I'm guaranteeing T, okay?
Yeah, P4.
I have the whole mid boys.
Two dot.
They're gonna play for. I'm playing up middle. Said one's already P4. Yeah, one's gate. Yeah, he's gate. One shot me. Okay, he got him.
One on gate.
Last guy old.
Okay.
Playing up alley.
Get time.
All right, it's gonna do it for the listening for the Minnesota Rokkr. I mean, Dill, you were fucking turned, bro. You were turned to listening. Was that something you just really wanted to bring to the table, coming back into the rosters, just being a presence in the comms?
Of course. The gunny is still I'm still getting the rust off of it, so I gotta make sure the comms are on point so everyone knows where to pre-aim, where to look, where to team shot. But I will say, ever since I've been back and we've had 2 days of scrims, like our teamwork has been like really good. Like, you know how sometimes when you play for that one day, you can kind of tell like, shit, like we weren't really listening to each other and this and this. And even that you could play for one day and know how it's gonna go. And after the 2 days we've played, like we've been working together really well, which is like a big thing.
I'm assuming you haven't had a lot of playtime with Fame, obviously, because when he came in, you were out. What do you think of like Kev as like a player? Like even just like what are like some strong qualities that you immediately noticed from like playing with him a little bit more? Because I'm personally a big fan of him. Like I like that he's kind of like he's still a youngin, but he's kind of got that like veteran like mentality where he plays very smart. He's a smart dude.
Yeah, he's definitely very disciplined and selfless. Like he'll do whatever he needs to do. And I feel like he's one of those players where you just kind of let them be free. Like he has the talent and skill to be like a top submachine gun player. He has been in Challengers for a couple seasons now, but I think you just got to let him actually play his role and let him be free, and he can go crazy. But he's very well composed, always making the right play, and has very good comms. So even for being technically a rookie, like he's very he impressed me a lot just by actually being able to play with him and how he acts.
I mean, you guys chained the P3 and P4. You break the P5, as we saw. Like these setup was a little wonky. Then in the listening, you guys were able to chain the P6 and the P7. I mean, take a look at the scoreboard. You guys are up 100 going into the next rotation of hard points. And then you guys are actually able to break this last P2 as well. And we can kind of watch it and see how it kind of all falls into place. I think it was actually Benjamin Bance who was able to get through tunnel initially. He crosses mid-map. I'm surprised number 4 didn't just like get out of hill and kill him real quick, like this guy running through tunnel, because I know Kenny saw him cross, so I know they got one through. But Bance makes the play. He crosses tunnel. He finds one. Obviously, Cammy and Fane, they start working their attacks. You guys played through hedges, and you guys were able to break LADs down once again. Another break from you guys. I mean, another clinical break. I don't know what was going on with LA Thieves and their holds today, but Minnesota Rokkr, they come out, they make a statement here in the first map, and LA Thieves, they get kind of bodied. I mean, Chris, Crowder, what do you think is going on with Thieves right now, man? You think it's just their setups? I feel like they're just getting broken too much, kind of going through the motions. They've been kind of in like a little funk, like a little iffy period lately. They kind of haven't been playing too well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every team kind of goes through that every once in a while. Like I know they just won the last major, and I feel like Toronto didn't even play that well after they won the major too, so it could be something where like it's just like after the major they won, they felt really good. Like maybe they're not getting the best practice or something. I'm not sure. Or I mean, they could literally just be slumping. Like it looks
Happens.
like
It does happen.
yeah, there's some stuff that doesn't look like them right now as much as I guess I'll say, but at the same time, like the Rokkr listening that you just like had up, and then like the way on the P6 they were communicating, everyone knew it was open. And I'm pretty sure if you, I caught like, I might have been Cammy. I don't know who said it, but like someone said like long is open when they were in that setup. They were like, watch the back alley. I have your tunnel. If I have your tunnel, you have the back alley. Like I have short. But like in that entire like process, even though someone was going, like no one was going long on Thieves, like they made it very clear that only opening there was that long area. So like it still wouldn't have been a surprise, or they had someone probably keeping an eye on it, like, in the back of their minds, where the setup in that P5 just looked like, you know what I'm saying? Like for Thieves, it looked like such a. It just looked like a miscommunication. Like that was wide open, and it didn't even look like it was calmed. You know
I'm not going to make excuses for the mistakes they're clearly making, but I also just want to bring something up. Who did Thieves lose to the split so far? I know they lost to Rokkr, obviously. They lost to Florida,
Toronto,
and
New
who
York.
else?
Toronto, New York.
Toronto, New York.
Yeah.
Well, I think Toronto's been looking really good, and New York have been making improvements. But at least in terms of like these upset series, and I'm not going to take this away from any of the teams that upset them. They're playing two teams that are like, I feel like they can lose to New York and they can lose to Toronto in a normal environment.
Yeah,
as for Rokkr and Florida, I would still give the edge to Thieves. However, with Thieves basically locked in at champs and essentially trying to like make sure they're on point for that, I'm not surprised if majority of them probably don't use loud CQ. And obviously it's not the complete end of the world if they don't use it. Like I still think they still have to play better. But they played two teams that are still trying to fight for qualification, and basically every win means a lot. So I'm assuming those teams are probably still running it. I would if I were in those scenarios. So they're probably at a disadvantage in that sense, but I don't think that's the sole reason. But I definitely think that probably does not do anything good for them.
I mean, Chris,
well, we don't even know.
I don't. But I'm just saying that could
that's
also play a factor into it.
That's why they've lost 6 of their last 7 hard points that they played on.
I'm not saying that. I just wanted to bring it up because I know that if I was a team that's like pretty much locked in towards the end of the year, I'm not running that shit. I'm trying to get as much normal practice as possible, like that actually replicates the LAN environment. And when they're playing against some teams that might be desperate, it might hinder them a little bit. But like I said, I'm not making excuses for them. I still think they can play better, but I doubt any of them are using it. And if they are, then I don't know.
But here's the issue, Chris, is like, yes, they've locked in a champ spot, but you also want to try and get a top seed for champs, so you can kind of make sure you have veto advantage going into the event and trying to get a top 3 seed. They're not going to pass Toronto, and New York passed them as of today. And right now they would play New York and win with round 1 without that veto advantage. Like you're not able to pick team A, team B. You're not able to kind of dictate how you want that to go. So I do think Thieves got to get it going, and obviously we'll walk the rest of the series, but they're going to be starting losers.
Yeah, I mean, my thing with that though too is like, I do agree that even with them struggling right now, like I would never count them out or be like super worried. I would be a little worried, obviously, since they're playing like so under their standard. But like, I feel like this is a team that it can click overnight, and like they can kind of get right back to where they were. So like, there's definitely plenty of hope in there. Like, I wouldn't be like too stressed. Sure. But with that being said as well, though, like I do think getting a winners bracket seed at Major 5, this is the last LAN practice before champs. So like, I don't know if they're using Sound EQ or not. I'm not sure. I'm sure they've
Apparently
said it publicly somewhere.
Octane said 2 of them are using it.
Yeah, I don't know, but like my thing is like, as much as like I understand, like like I want to get used to it without it for champs and stuff. Like I do think making winners is really important. And then after that, maybe you take it off, just because like this is an extra LAN rep. Now you don't have, like, if they go 1 and done, hypothetically, they do get upset. They do play bad in that losers bracket. Like you're missing a lot of LAN map reps for that last, like, like that last final event going into the champs. And I feel like that's like super scary too. So like, I don't know. I just think right now they're just slumping overall. You said you weren't making excuses for them. I think they're just slumping overall. Like, it just doesn't seem like they're all on the same page in some way or another. So I don't know. It's just tough.
Yeah, I agree. We saw it in some of their setups. They just looked like it might have been a communication thing too. I'm not really too sure, but
I mean, that was wide open, Tom. Like they're like, dude, the middle of the map was wide open, and that guy like
right through. He just waltzed
in that specific play. Like, dude, whoever it was, maybe it was Envoy, like chowed him middle, and like they had like that little like shoulder peek, they hit each other, and they're like, oh shit, there's a guy mid. Like,
Yeah.
he had to call that out. You know what I mean? So, and like, of course, he could have pinched darker all the way around. So I don't blame him for watching that.
Nah.
But like, he called out a guy middle, and the guy walked through middle and killed Kenny. Like, there's just no like. I feel like
It's unlike them. It's unlike them for sure.
yeah, that's what I mean. So yeah, something just seems a little off.
And then we get into the map too. I mean, Dylan, I want to bring you in to this one because you guys end up losing this one 6-2. I'll kind of run us through some of these rounds. But Dylan, what do you think was the main problem in this map? Because I have some thoughts, but I kind of want to see what you say first, Dylan. But like, was there anything that's in particular, or do you think you guys just need more time? You know, what do you think it is, Dylan?
Definitely need more time to figure out certain strats because Fame was using the AR in S&D for the most part.
Yeah.
And now he's using the sub a lot. And then just I'm kind of trying to like fit in. So we still need to figure out who's gonna do what. And like even before some of the rounds we're like, yo, you're doing this, and then someone does something wrong and like, nah, you should have been doing this. And like, yeah, there definitely is some confusion.
Yeah.
So still some stuff like that to work on.
I mean, one thing I didn't like about this first round, I just feel like trying to get the bomb down with 15 seconds left is never a good idea. Like, especially if they still have like 3 guys up on a map. I just feel like if you're gonna on the offensive side, like the one thing you got to do is like use your numbers. Like, you know they're gonna have people B, you know they're gonna have people A or mid map. Like, the best thing you could do is try and get that bomb down. I felt like the first round you guys just waited too long to like make a play.
Yeah, we're a little slow. We're a little slow on that because we had some info and we got to kill B. We should have went B, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember you
guys were
yelling
going
at the
towards
flank.
B. You guys were going towards B, and then you guys like turned around.
I think
Yeah.
personally, people overcomplicate this map. Obviously, unless it's like the first round and you don't have like trophies and stuff like that. To get down A, I know this might seem stupid and super simple. Just if you cross bed, get on those metal stairs, immediately plant the bomb. If those bottom left doors are not open, you pretty much have a free bomb plant unless somebody hits a good timing and gets you off the bomb in those 5 seconds that takes the plant. Just get it down, get a guy across. You guys had a moment where I think Bance like snuck through bottom like luggage in one of the rounds, and in my eyes, just get on the bomb. Have the guy Godheady watch over your top left. As long as you angle yourself properly, you're not going to get shot from bottom bed. You're not going to get shot from top bed, and you can't be seen from middle. Get it down. You guys waited 3 years to plant the bomb. Another one, easy little shit that you guys are doing wrong or aren't picking up on. Vance is planning at B in the kitchen bomb site. Why is he not planning safe?
Yeah,
like the guys on the oven.
This is this round right here. I actually like the initial play you guys do. Like you put pressure towards A and you guys work trades. So now it's a 3v3, and then you rotate B. And I thought this was a really good play, like rotating the bomb, using your numbers. But I definitely agree Ben should plant safe here. Because look how he plants. Because I'm
like, what is the benefit of that? Just plant safe.
I mean,
you don't have help.
I think you're just kind of rushing the bomb, to be honest.
Like,
yeah, I think we're just kind of rushing it. Yeah. Because if he plants safe, he probably gets out here.
Yeah.
Or he might still get traded,
he
but
can just snake it. Like he can plant and then just snake. He will like snake the bomb. And
Snake the bomb.
door.
Yeah.
He was just stoked to be in there and planting the bomb.
Yeah,
dude.
he was
I think he was
excited.
rushing to
He
plant,
was
like-
excited, bro.
Yo, he was like, "I'm getting this shit down quick."
Yeah, bro. He didn't even think about it. He didn't even think it. The first thing I said is, "Oh God, him planning there like might not."
Yeah,
work.
but I just feel like Dylan, you guys like overcomplicate the living fuck out of this shit because there's just so many times where like you look at the minimap and obviously you guys can't see what we see, but like you have all the necessary shit covered. Just get on the bomb and watch over your teammate. Like there's absolutely no way that like you got like I don't know, you guys can get picked. You guys need to do a better job of just picking up on stuff like that because there's just times where it seems like you guys are so afraid when you guys have all the necessary tools to get the bomb down, and the only way they kill you is if one, somebody gets world starred off like the Overwatch, or if a guy hits like the greatest timing of all time on your bomb carrier and kills him from an immediate blind spot and just kills him instantly.
Yeah, no.
Just get it down.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing, Dylan, for real, bro.
Nah,
What the fuck?
I like that. This is good stuff.
And then,
I'm going to bring this back to the team.
And then this right here, bro. This right here. I mean, this is some you want me to say the Duarte? I'll say it, bro. Vaznev cheese, bro. It's the Vaznev cheese right here.
That was
But
great.
this is good shots though.
Vaznev
This is good
cheese,
shots
dude.
though. From
Good
Ben.
shots.
Nah,
But,
this is really
bro,
nice shots though.
Watch
This is
it
good
go
shots.
back.
Nah, yeah, Cam
Watch
snapped
Octane.
on him.
No, watch
Cam
Octane.
snapped
I don't
on
even
him.
think this guy missed a
Sam
bullet.
had
Can you
to
go
have
back?
lost
Watch
full.
Octane. Watch Octane's POV
Nah,
before they go back.
He had to have
Bruh.
lost full, bro. Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Anything Octane said here, anything he said here. I'm gonna slow it down too. I'm gonna slow it down. Let's see how many bullets he missed here. Let's see what's going on.
I thought this was attack when he died. and then I watched the kill
Nah,
pick.
that's crazy. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Wait, that is crazy.
Yo, where's Nameless? Nameless needs to bring back the Warrior of the Week. You guys
Holy
remember those
shit,
Nameless
The
videos?
Warrior of the Week was a good
Warrior
good
of the
He
Week
got
were-
joked,
Those
bro.
were great. Those were great. I remember.
Nah, that's just good. Centering good
I
shots
think I
out of
got
cam,
on
to
one
be
of those
honest.
back
You
in the
were,
day.
you were.
I think
I-
I think I got on one of those, dude. I think I
Bro,
joked
the
him. I got
original
on
one.
that.
If you guys, chat. If you guys want to see an OG funny Call of Duty video, go to Nameless's YouTube and look up Killa is a god
yeah.
or something like that, and it's the original
The
Warrior
Hellstorm?
of the Week. No, it's not. It's the one where like he just like hip fire, eats bullets like in mid map on raid. It's like one of the funniest videos. I'll find it. I'll link it in the chat. It's a fucking
Those were
hilarious
really
video.
funny, dude. Those were really funny.
So this is around you we were talking about, Chris, where Bant he gets across, right? Or Duarte was talking about it.
Yeah, this is what he was talking
But
about.
Chris,
Yeah.
you could look at it too. I mean, fucking Bant gets across, and then you could kind of see how like Bant gets pushed up, and then Minnesota they kind of wait like a little while, like get on the. I mean, I feel like at this point, if Bant is here, just have attach right, Dill, like just look over bomb planner, and he could just plant it down towards this way. You know what I mean? Like behind the bomb, like safe. You know what I mean? Like to the left of the bomb. Like the bottom left of the bomb where it's kind of like facing this hallway here, you know? That's how most people plant now these days. They play behind, like right behind the bomb, and then you know after the bomb goes down here, they can make a play. I mean, I thought once Bance is here, once the bomb goes down, that this round was all over, and then you guys make it into a 2v4 to a 2v2.
Yo, I'll be back, guys. I'll be back, bro. My fucking Uber Eats driver delivered it to the wrong building across the street.
Bye, Dylan.
Holy shit!
No
It's in the
way,
apartment
bro.
building in
No
someone's
way,
floor
bro.
in the wrong apartment building.
No way,
Nah.
Dale. Go do your thing, Dale. Go do your
I'll be
thing.
back, bro. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'm trying to run. God damn it.
Later, bro. Indeed. But you guys agree with me here? Like once Bance gets pushed up here, like there shouldn't be any hesitation here. Like they should just get it down. Like just get it down instantly. Like Bance is across. Dylan should just watch over his top bed. You can plant the bomb to where you're not seen from bottom bed and couches. You know, and you can just get it down. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, yeah. They could have easily planned on the left side of the bomb. The guy that's look at the number 7. Like, why he should not be dying. He needs to just go top
Come
on the
Dylan.
god heady and look at his left side, plant safe, round over.
Yep.
Instead, this shit happens. He dies unnecessarily. Bance tries to make a play when in reality he didn't even need to crack the door open. He could have just sat in long for the entire round, been like, "Yo, guys, I got bomb. Everyone else, go fucking stroke it in the back of the spawn."
This was the round that was just like I thought this was just like a perfect round from Thieves. Look what they do. I mean, they cross bed and they're getting the bomb down within the first 20 seconds.
Exactly, bro.
And look how
That's
easy
what
this
I'm
round
They lay
is.
the rock, bro.
They lay it
As Bro
down.
says.
Yeah, they laid a rock down. I like that, Benja. It's a good one. And they fucking plan it, boom, and then it's just so easy. Like, it's so easy for him. And that Minnesota are forced to rotate back. I mean, even Draz or Draz caught somebody slipping here. Like, Dylan didn't even know they were here yet. He just gets caught slipping, boom, and this one was all over. Thieves, they go up 5-1 in this one, and Minnesota, they did get a round here. It's actually Fame who goes big in this round. He ends up finding a couple kills here on the pinch. You can see it's Kenny and Envoy try to work a pinch here, but Fame, he finds one. Then Envoy tries to come in for the trade, and Fame jumps the corner, finds another one. It's great shots out of him. But this was the only other round that Minnesota was able to win and go into the 5-2 round, and this is where LA Thieves, they kind of just run all over them in the S&D. Just some misplays there. I mean, Ben, any thoughts on the S&D, boss? Any thoughts?
I mean, I just think, to Dylan's point, they haven't really probably got a lot of reps on this map, and it's really, really tough. So we'll see how their search rounds out with this new squad. But it was a good regain for Thieves, who looked a little bit rattled at map 1 to tie this one up. Get to the swing mode control.
Yeah, 11-2 from Draza. Good map from him as well. He went crazy. On the other side, Dylan with a rough map. We'll clown him when he comes back. Everybody negative for the Minnesota Rokkr. I mean, Crowder, Chris, any thoughts on a map 2? Anything at all as we head into the map 3?
Not really. I mean,
I've said enough.
I think it just comes down to what Ben said. I mean, the Rokkr team's still kind of new in the search, even though like they've slightly been together for a little bit. I still think there's like, Dylan and Fame haven't played together. They're still new. Thieves has got a lot of reps on search and stuff, and I'm pretty sure Draws plays like a lot of S&D8s and stuff. Like they've been on their grind. So, and I know they've been trying to fix their search like all season. Like that's been a big thing they've talked about, is just getting better at search. And I think they played great at Major 4. So yeah, no, I just think right now with Rokkr is just like new the search, and we don't really know what we will get out of them until probably like end of Major 5, and then we'll probably find out the most. You know, if things go well, they go to champs and stuff. But yeah, so we'll see. Like gotta kind of wait and see on how they get those reps in. It's just really tough to play a team like that in Surge.
Yeah, Dale said go fuck yourself in the chat. Yeah, this guy's in the chat. It's good, bro. Shout out to Dale in the tags. But we head into the Expo Control, Minnesota Rokkr. We talked about it last week, right, Duarte? How if you get a good break off, I mean, and cap this 8 point off the rip, it'll do you wonders. And just to kind of see how Minnesota do this, I mean, they actually sent 2 towards B off the rip, which is they sent 2 towards B, one kind of late plays A, like kind of slow plays, and one guy's just kind of watching the pinch. Cammy, the guy late playing A, caught him slipping, and I think they set that up, right? Like sending 2 guys B.
Definitely.
And then getting on the point, it kind of forces LA Thieves to think mentally right in their head. They're like, okay, they're playing B. Like, let's push this out. And then Cammy catches them slipping. So I really like the break off there from Minnesota Rokkr. I thought that was calculated. I thought it was a calculated break, and you could tell that they practiced that one. And then as soon as that happens, Fame was able to get pushed up here. He finds a kill, and Cammy just went absolutely insane to start off this round. I mean, Fame was running the base. Bance got kills after the break off, and Cammy getting those initial couple kills. They were able to cap the 8 point off the rip. And now at this point, I mean, you got 2+ minutes to cap B. It's looking pretty good for the Minnesota Rokkr. Cammy does a good job here. He picks up a Vaz, and him just staying alive and just picking up kills here was just really big plays out of him. I think he started off like 7-0 here in this first round. And I like that he played his life here, was working some kills, worked some sound horns. They're able to get the guys out of their base, and the Minnesota Rokkr are able to get onto this B point and win the first round to go up 1-0. I thought it was a really good offense. I mean, Benji, what did you think about that? Pretty calculated, huh, for the Minnesota Rokkr?
It was a fast offense. Good reply, obviously, after the S&D. And listen, I mean, as critical as been of Rokkr, this has been the one game mode that they've excelled, most of the season in.
Yeah.
And we know the Thieves are pretty solid this map, but I thought Rokkr were especially disciplined on the defenses. We were talking about earlier with London and the sort of if teams try to OE, and I thought Rokkr as sort of a defensive counter of always being mindful of pushing out their team spawn, holding where number 5 is, and always having ability to trade mid-alley if they fly through like grill and shit. I thought that was really good from Rokkr, and they did a good job in this map.
Yeah, we go into the defense. This one looked like a more normal round of Expo. It was LA Thieves who get the 8 point initially. This was an opportunity here where I thought they were going to probably win this round and clutch it up. But Minnesota Rokkr, they end up getting in here and somehow clutches. Anything that you think LA Thieves could have done differently here? I mean, they get a clean wipe. And then I think Kenny, he gets another kill here, and then he ends up running out. He tries to get across. He dies. Probably might have been better if Kenny just stayed on point maybe and just kept the stack. Or at least maybe hit a dive right there, like at what he's trying to cross here, like dive across there. But he kind of gets picked out there, and then Octane, they're stuck on this point. They obviously got the L triggers up. But it was actually the Minnesota Rokkr who were able to get onto the front of this hill and contest it at the last second. So you can see the contest comes in. Cammy was going absolutely crazy in this map. Cammy finds 2. Cammy finds 3. And after that, they deplete the point. And Minnesota Rokkr, they get pushed up. That was the one opportunity LA Thieves had.
Here's one thing I think to consider. And maybe it's a little bit of a funky quirk with this hill. I think there's a school of thought if the other team's going to get the deep spawn, they're going to push through grill. Almost want Dross to maybe get on the stairs and watch the grill push through. It kind of serves 2 purposes. One is you can kill the guy pushing through, but I think it also gives them a better heady to challenge if people are just kind of like sliding across the bottom.
What's the grill?
Map.
I think he's talking about bar, right?
Bar.
Yeah, like top mid. Yeah, that's what I was trying. I was trying to get on the same page with that too. Yeah,
you're good. One thing that I like to do, and I do in ranked, is like if you have like an opportunity where you can get on the front side of the point without them seeing you and like lay down behind like the boxes that people like to snake. Yeah, and you just look at the cross. A lot of people won't expect you to be there, and you'll just get the free ones when you're just laying there.
Yeah, and then you can see after that happens, I mean, it got a little scary towards the end, but Minnesota Rokkr, they do a good job holding on. They win the defense. They go up 0-2. This is where Thieves, they were able to bounce back on a defense. Same thing. And Minnesota kept the B point, but Thieves were able to hold on to that 8 point the whole round. Minnesota couldn't get close to it. And then we go into the final round, and Ben, we talked about this a little bit during the watch party, but this was an interesting round from Minnesota. They actually lose the 8 point off the break. It's actually Kenny who just goes rogue. He was finessing over here, Glass. He goes on a little bit of a spree here. He goes on a 5 spree. So Kenny was making plays, but they ended up holding the B point the whole round. I thought that was pretty interesting. I mean, Crowder, you watch this map every day. I mean, it's pretty hard to hold this B point like this. I thought they did a pretty good job pushing out the spawn, kind of like manipulating them.
It's definitely not a situation you find yourself in like as often either, just because a lot of teams usually end up capping B first. I feel like that's like probably more typical. But yeah, no, I thought like once this happened, I actually thought that LA Thieves were gonna win this round, and then like it was about to go to like round 5 and go a little crazy. It's possible, but yeah, the way that Rokkr played this, like with number 6 being pushed out and like still being annoying, like in their globe area or whatever you call that, like I think they just played this round well, and I just think like them being able to do this against a team like these and like keep forcing them around and like kind of lose the control of that is just like really good. They just played it really well.
Yeah.
I mean,
this team,
gritty.
This
team, yeah, and well, because the scary thing is like if B's the last point and you just get wiped, if once they get on that B point, it's basically over. It's really hard, but. This team has always been decent in control, and I think it's just because of the way Rokkr plays. They're very good at like playing their kills and actually like being hard kills. And I feel like in control, that's like a really big important. Like
Control's
it's
not a linear game mode. It's not one of those game modes where you can teach it. Like at the end of the day, literally just you have to just play the game like it's so bare bones. It's just the objective. You're either capping the point or you're defending the point, and there's no wrong way to do it. Just live, get kills. But one thing I want to say. On the opposite end, we say we don't like when people OE on this, the A point. On this one, it's really good to OE because if you do manage to get around their spawn and get into like their backstage, not only are you kind of like almost blocking their spawn, you're spawning them deep, but like you can contest from the backside of the stage at like an angle where they cannot see you. So if you do manage to kill those players, you spawn them deep, and then the people that are like towards the front side are forced to jump out of those glass windows or wrap back to actually kill you.
These don't really do that as I'm like skimming through it. They don't really send anybody there.
It's not a situation you're comfortable. Like again, it's not a situation you find yourself in a lot. Yeah, I'm sure they probably even lost this round and were like, yeah, like we got to obviously approach this completely different. Like it's just something where like like your typical OE thing that Chris was saying is just like welcome back.
I feel like most people.
I got my food.
I feel like the nature of practice is like breaking off A in practice is so niche because breaking off A is one of those like breaks that you do in like a tournament because you're like it's super coordinated. You don't want to practice and show people your A breaks in scrims. So most of the time people will be like, all right, let's go cap B and let's practice breaking A. So like when you get into these scenarios where B's the last one open, I'm willing to bet that dude, out of the times you've scrimmed, or not you, but your team Crowder has scrimmed this map, B is like 1% ever the last point ever like available in a round.
Funny enough, it actually happened in scrims today once, but no, it doesn't.
It's rare.
It's not something that happens often.
Yeah, you want to know something crazy?
Plays out. What?
I don't know if the league. I don't know if they got my point of view, but at one point on that last round when we were like defending, and I was like by the low glass area. In that bottom hallway, I naded a guy. I naded up top, and it blew up, and it killed Kenny when he was bottom.
Yep, dude. I watched that happen the other day too.
Caught it. I don't know if the stream caught it, but I was hyped.
Yeah, it happened. That does happen a lot.
Bro, that happened the other day too.
The walls are fake in this game. They're fake.
Yeah, no, they are.
It happens on Mercado. You can stun the top of green P2, and it hits the guy on the bottom. It's actually costing me. I was like, yo, I stunned him up top. I go up there. I'm like, he's not here. I run down the stairs. He's down there. Kills me.
Yeah, like, you're like, what? No, dude, that happens all the time. But wait, was it a frag?
Right here. I think it might have been here before this.
Was it a frag?
They were spectating me. Yeah, it was a frag. Yeah,
dude, I'm telling you, frags are insane sometimes, dude. With the way like their radius goes through walls like randomly. It also happens with trophies sometimes, dude. I don't know.
It might be here. Yeah, it might be. Wait, it literally might be here.
Yeah, I'm watching it through to see if.
Actually, no, never. It already happened. I think.
Happened already? Yeah, no, I was trying to find it, but
I was like,
where the hell it happened.
Yeah. But yeah, I got the kill, and I was like, wait, didn't I nade up top?
I was like, yeah, how did I get that kill? Like,
that's how you know things are going your way, Dill.
No, that shit was planned. That shit was planned.
Yeah,
the script, bro. The script.
Take a look at the final scoreboard, but Cammy had an insane map, 31 and 18, really good plays from him, and Dale had a great map as well, 23 and 18.
Thank God.
Dale bouncing back after the search, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I played this map like 2 times in scrims.
Yeah, not a lot of reps for Dylan, but they made it work as they go up 2-1. Any final thoughts, gentlemen, on the map 3 as we head into the last and final map, which is where Minnesota Rokkr were able to put it to bed. Go ahead, Ben.
I thought it was a roller coaster like series for draws. I know we kind of even out sort of in this one, but you got kind of fried first map, and like 10 and 2 second map, and then third map
11 and 2
on the blender.
Yeah, I mean, John's a great player, but he definitely had a rough series today. He had a rough one, which happens, you know. Players go through those series. He's had some series this year where he's had like a rough time.
His style of play is very unique too. So like it's not like he like does bad a lot. Like I'm not like taking a shot at him, but like I do feel like his style of play, like if things aren't going his way, like he's super. Like, I feel like he's super aggressive. Like he plays like to win obviously, and like I sometimes if things aren't going your way, like you're just gonna have just like times where like you're just not playing well, like you know what I mean? Like
it's
I don't know.
like I'm gonna hit this hill because it's my play, and if I'm gonna die,
exactly,
like,
and I'm just gonna die like sometimes. So like I think sometimes like he just ends up having.
Oh
like,
my
just, like, a
God!
rough
Close
map
your
for
eyes!
himself.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh,
God,
speaking of
Oh my
drives.
God!
But I also don't think that Draz got a lot of help from Sam today. A rare, Sam's been playing really good. Obviously, last major, I think he won the MVP, but like this stage, not so much. And today, he had a real rough one, I think, across most of the maps.
they're just not doing themselves any favors. Like they got broken on like a lot of hills. Like they're just not. They're the initial wave of every single hard point is like the most important wave of the entire hill, and they were losing like every single one. And once you lose that first one, you're just in a blender.
You're in a blender, and people, and the way they were losing them too, Chris. Like, like people are walking through the mid map called out, like, but like somehow not called out. I guess like it's just like it's like weird the way they're like getting broken on some of these too.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it just doesn't make any sense.
In this hill, they get broken on this one, I think.
Nah,
not this one, but I think it's the next one.
That's the next one. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah.
The first rotation is kind of where LA Thieves were able to build a pretty fat lead, and it started with that P3. Like they get a really big P3.
Yeah, if I kill Draza right there, we hold that P3 and we go.
Yeah,
we like go up. But yeah, I got shit on getting the rust off.
Yeah, that was the rust.
I'm getting the rust off, bro.
You just gotta get it off.
It happens, man.
You know what I mean? But then you guys bounce back. We go into a P4. You guys were able to get some time here. I know LA Thieves definitely got in there and made it a little bit mixy, but you guys locked down some time. You bring it back a bit, but I thought Thieves, the way they played off this P4, I thought they did a really good job. They kind of pinned you guys here, and it started with Octane, right? He starts Cubby, which I'm guessing, Dylan, you guys know this, right? Like, you guys knew they spawned there, I'm guessing, because the old hill is still popped, so you know that Cubby spawn is still open. But I thought they did a good job just kind of rotating around and getting those P2 spawns and kind of pinning you guys into those P3 spawns. Because then once you guys were here, it was chalk deal. Like, you guys got...
Nah, this is not a good situation to be in.
Spawning on this side of the map is awful.
Yeah.
It's terrible, bro. It's terrible.
That was not fun, but I was able to get a big kill on hill, so then like it kind of distracted them, and my teammates were able to get out. So I mean, obviously we didn't get any hill time, but at least we gave ourselves a slight chance going into the P1 to just be annoying.
And then this is where you guys really started to kick up, bro. The second rotation of hard points. I mean, the second P1, it was actually you guys were able to. It was Bant who goes around, he kills the guy at the spawn, and then once this happens, now it's your turn, right? It's Minnesota Rokkr's turn to kind of pin them into those dome spawns, and that's what they do. They get top windows, they get pushed out open, and they flood over towards P1. Dylan, you went on a little bit of a spree here in the P1. You kind of went crazy here. But you went big, you got a few kills, and this was really big, because once you guys have them in the trap here, going into the second, basically what they did to you guys on the first set, you guys did to them on the second set.
Dylan's seeing red right now. He's so happy.
Like, dude, like not even to like gas it too much here, but essentially this streak is the reason why you guys are able to like start
100%.
like heating up. If like any of those points in time, I think Rokkr Thieves would have just traded you like after your one. Like they just probably retake that hill and retake map pressure, and then this becomes like a whole lot easier and more manageable for them.
Bro,
and then you got like that.
That's the scar right there. That's the scar cheese.
Yeah,
Out attack too. Nah, that's the rust cheese. That's rust cheese. I don't care, bro. I lost full when I lost that.
Right here was what lost Thieves the game.
Yeah, this was
they
big.
committed to this break by going around, flipping themselves out, and then just fuck themselves.
If you're gonna make this play, you better get all the time.
Yeah,
it is a super risky play. You get the time. Maybe you get 20 seconds on XL. It's worth it. But the worst case scenario, which is they went absolutely
at this moment,
and they got
Ben,
the
you
fucking
talked about this weeks ago, Ben.
bomb straight like pocket spawn. This was trolly from here.
I want to say that's what lost in the game, but they end up winning this rotation. After
I was gonna say, don't they get broken here?
They get so Rokkr gets out traded, then they get broken again. That's what lost in the game. Yeah. But that initial was like,
but they
looking
lost like 40
bad.
seconds. They try to go for that hill and then like put themselves in a blundy situation.
Yeah,
it could have been
worse. Tune in to the listening with LA Thieves, because I want to hear how they sound. Usually their comms are really, really good, so let's see how they were sounding today.
There's no one in Nice. Nice. Attach for if you want to make woods. Oh shit, I'm trying to back up. You stunned me. Here, I spawn P1, careful. Maybe I'll back up. Run through. I might pick up my mass. I'm trying to back up too. Yeah, I'll peep up. I spawn back. I got dead. Yeah, you have left? You need me. I'm trying to come get. I'm coming. I have gate. Okay, I have a gate. P5 and dub last two. He jumped out gate fast. Okay, I have gate. We don't have to get. One guy's P5. Yeah, spawn up, I got Nice, yes. Maybe left on me. He one shot Cammy. One's front, one's P1. Be careful about left. Yeah, P1's Cam. Left on me again. Left on me again, Britt. One shot left, one shot gate. Front. Top circle, one shot. Yo, throw over attacks. They have a fresh stroke. Statue still. You're just sitting on statue. I'm backing up the feet. Get on. I'm trying to shoot. They don't time. That's me gate. Low circle, Cammy. Low circle, Cammy. Right. Time. One's front right too. Keep him on the trap. 20 seconds, Chad. 20 seconds. We have right or no? Right? Nice. I'm gonna go P1 truck. I'm city maps, okay? No trophy. We have nades. No trophy. We have nades. I know. Right to the maps. Yeah, low maps. Low maps dead. I'm leaving right. I'm back on the I'm on P1 truck. I'm getting P5, bro. P5. I got this. I'm challenging out right. I'm on top. I'm living P2. Yeah, go. Right. On P1. You gotta get dark. I'm good. I can try and get dark. Dark and the work. Dark work. I'm living. Watch out hill in a second. That's funny. I see him. I can't all time. Hey, you got me? I mean, P1. Middle of the hill laying down. In the middle of the hill laying down. Middle of the hill, Ken. Middle of the hill.
Alright, that's good dude for the listening for LA Thieves. They sounded pretty hectic today. They were turned, like almost too turned. Usually they don't sound like that hectic usually. But they did today, at least in my eyes. Did you guys think they sounded a little hectic or no?
Yeah, they definitely sounded a lot like more hectic than usual. I felt like it was a lot more chaotic, but then again, it's a super close game and that kind of happens. So I wouldn't read too much into it, but yeah.
I didn't think they sounded terrible, to be honest.
No, they didn't sound terrible.
I think like they sounded like
intense.
Yeah, they sounded a little bit more intense than I guess they normally do sometimes, but I didn't think they sounded awful. I just think during that P3 break that we were kind of talking, like, I think Sam said like the last guy's P5 and then wherever, like front maps or whatever he said. And then when they spawned out like open, like behind the guy P5, it like kind of looked like they like weren't really looking for him. It's like almost they like forgot about him.
Maybe
and like that kill. I don't know. It was weird because he ended up getting in stables, and then that guy turned around and got the kills. And like, if they just killed that guy P5, they were in a really good spot. Yeah. Like they would have had so much map control, and they would have been able to do that. I think that was a really big moment for that. To be honest, like that was just really tough. It literally looked like they forgot that guy was like P5, or maybe they didn't realize they were committed because the guy on the hill was looking at P5 too, and then the guy was obviously in the maps corner or whatever, like watching the gate. Like that guy is staring at P5, and he obviously didn't hit the front of the hill. So like, where could he be? It's either stables or maps. You know what I mean? And it looks like they kind of forgot about him. It makes sense of like how it seemed.
Check this out at the end here. How the hell did this guy spawn there?
Where?
Look what happens. I'll pause it when it happens. It's a clean white for LA Thieves. Look at where all the LA Thieves spawn. Boom, 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 boom.
The hill's white.
Boom, and then number 3, right? Number 6 gets on the point. Look where number 3 spawns. He just spawns right behind.
That makes sense. In Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare's crazy spawn logic.
The 2 spawns that are behind, your Rokkr are the open spawn and the one on that railing, and that's why like if your teammates get too far pushed up maps, which obviously you have the guy in the hill and the guy that's running at front maps.
Well, I think if you go back, I think we might have gotten cheesed a little bit. There might have been some hill white cheese.
No,
like
the hill
we spawned from maps.
On the hill wasn't white. He spawned, I thought it was
you're saying that you spawned front maps because of the hill being white.
Yeah, like right here, maybe. Like watch.
Hold on. I'll tell you why. If you have this many people forward, you have to hard block.
No, that's hill white cheese right there.
Because you guys are on the.
Because if we would have been on the hill, I'm pretty sure number 8 would have spawned in P4.
No,
if we would have been on the hill.
If you were on the hill, he would have spawned there. But the thing is,
so it's hill white cheese.
As soon as these kills go down, number 5 needs to literally run back because he just should see that his whole team is forward. If you have too many people forward,
now we're on the hill. Yes.
If he would have taken us like as soon as these kills happened, like as soon as he killed that guy, if he would have taken a step back, then maybe. But the thing is,
that's just hard. That's just hard to read in game.
Yeah, the moment though, like
that's just
so
like
fast, bro.
Yeah,
like, he's trying to pin him close.
Can we talk about something?
That's just how this game works.
It's horrible.
Can we talk about something? Did Kenny kill his own team? Kenny spawn down and kill his own teammate Gate.
Well, look. Wait, is that when he pre-nated the dome spawn or whatever, or the circle spawn?
I think so.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I'm pretty.
What happened?
I'm pretty sure that happened. You
have to back it up.
Back it up.
Yeah.
Wait, so Kenny? Watch.
Yeah,
yes. He
look, he
spawns
pre-nades
up front,
this.
and then he pre-nades dome. He thought they were spawning there, and then his team spawned in.
It's so true.
Jaws lost full, bro. Except
That's
Kenny,
tough.
they both lost full right there. That actually sucks. That's tough
because
right there. I
Draws
didn't
comes
notice
through
that,
gate.
Ben. That's a good
Draws,
catch.
Draws comes through gate, and then they kind of have two guys in hill, and I still think it's not particularly doable, but like because they don't have the preferred spawn. But that's just a really tough circumstance. In that
Also,
situation.
if you ever need to be the player that hard blocks on that, you can just sit in the P4 doorway because they won't spawn railing on you, and then you can stare open because those are your two spawns. If you ever need a hard block on that hill, by the way.
Yeah.
You can see how much it means to the Minnesota Rokkr. I mean, these guys are just absolutely turned. I mean,
haven't
Dylan,
won an online match since January, was
yeah.
23rd or 29th or something like that.
I mean, Dill, how's it feel, man? How's it feel, bro? How's it feel?
Oh, it feels good. I mean, we were probably in a very unlikely circumstance to win, to making a change 2 days before you play the major fucking 4 champions. So that's definitely a big confidence booster just because we had 2 days of practice. Role swap. I haven't played scrims in a month and a half, and that's like a huge factor. It's not easy to not scrim and to come back in because you're not playing the best players in the world for a very long time. So
it's just not the same practice,
it's
right?
not, you can't get the same practice. Even if you play
People
eights,
be shooting
it's still
different.
not going to be the same practice. And then
so different.
but I think what we did just allows either Bance and Fame and even Cammy to an extent to just kind of free them up. But definitely the SMG duo, just like have them take turns frying and just free them up and bounce off each other because I think they just have really good chemistry. And of course, it's still very new for them. But as they figure it out, I think we're going to see more of them both of them making more plays on the map and be more confident and stepping up in like the slaying department.
Yeah, and then Minnesota Rokkr, they get the W today. And Bill, it was a pleasure having you on to talk about the series. Obviously, you're more than welcome to stay the whole show. You know, I would love to have you the whole show, Dill. What'd you get to eat, Dill? What'd you get for? Everybody wants to know what Dylan attached to. You know what I mean?
I got Freebirds. Like a little like Chipotle type burrito place.
That sounds.
Isn't that place really good?
Yeah, Freebirds is really good. It has a really good sausage.
Yeah.
The rice, the beans are good. Chicken's good. Like it's very solid.
That sounds good, Dill. That sounds really good. Enjoy your dinner. Let's get into the next one. Let's hop in. We got Seattle Surge going up against the New York Subliners. We got an Embassy Hardpoint, an LSCLO Surge, Hotel Control, Hydra Hardpoint, Embassy S&D. This is the final series of the day. Guys, any thoughts on the vetoes? Ben, I can already see you stressing, bro. Relax, man. Take a deep breath. All right, what's going on, Ben? Talk to me, man. Talk to me, Ben.
All right, so we've talked a lot on this show about the Seattle don't play Mercado strat, and they started to relax that when it comes to search. They've been picking it in these series, and they know that it seems it's not going to get picked by their team, so it's fine. They did ban it in this series, and it's not a particularly map that New York play a lot. So I felt like if they had left it in, there was a decent chance that maybe it just doesn't go picked. But even then, like, it shows a weakness. The fact they don't play the map, and New York are able to get Embassy, which they end up losing. They get Hydra, which is probably their best map 4 in this pool. I just have always been of the mind that you should never let a team get their best maps in a veto set. And I don't agree with the square up strategy, but the Seattle team loves it. So, they're not. I don't think they're really going to change what they're going to do, but I don't really agree with it.
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about an auto veto? I think it's trolly, man. I feel like at this level, and especially the talent in the league now, like, you can't have auto vetoes at this
You cannot
point.
have an auto veto. Like, I've said this before. Seattle is the type of team that even if it's another team's worst map that they won't play, they won't put it in at all. They won't they don't I don't care if they don't need to pick it. Leave it in the series and get rid of the other map and just bank on them and not picking their worst map. You're not playing any mind games. You're trying to play this super safe, like, we're not getting this map no matter what. And bro, you can't be a top team and do that. And clearly they haven't been a top team for the most part of this entire year. So it's not working for them. They need to stop doing this strategy. You need to be competent at all maps. And even on your worst map, you can't be afraid to leave it in a series against a team that also hardly plays that fucking map.
Bro, you cannot let a team win control against you and be up 2-1 the series and give them their best map. That is fucking absurd to me. Everything about that's fucked up.
Crowder, remember when we played TK in World War II in scrims and they just
London
Docks and they just lead the game? Remember that shit?
Yeah, London Docks CT. We never played them in London Docks CT.
No, we
they
never
left.
played them. They just left the game every time we scrimed them. They leave.
Question.
They just leave the game, bro.
This late in the season, I'm gonna assume they still scrim the map.
They do,
but they haven't played it ever.
They played it 5 times, and it was in the beginning of the season.
Okay,
and they're 3-2 in it. Are they not?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the Mercados were all in stage 1, stage 2. They haven't played.
No,
since then.
I'm saying
Yeah.
they played it 5 times, but they were 3
Yeah.
but they were 3 and 2 in it, so it's not even like they were like.
But yeah, that's what I just don't.
Not like they were like
dude.
0 and 5, for
And
example.
you
They
still
played it 5
scrim the
times.
map, so I'm assuming you try to make improvements. There's no way in hell that you're just getting clubbed over and over on Mercado and just getting it out. Because if you were, okay,
That
maybe
was
I
gonna
can
be my
understand
point.
it. But I fucking doubt it, bro. Look at the players on their team. There's no way you're just getting fucking 100-point clubbed every time you play Mercado in a scrim, bro. They're just stupid. Period.
And it was a really. Oh, go ahead, Ben. I didn't mean to.
No, I was gonna say they've started to get away from the double Mercado veto at least, and now they're only going with one. But like they've also now been starting to ban the same second map too. So it's like if they want to have any opportunity, bro, they got to start letting Mercado in some of these series in hardpoint because it's the most trolly shit of all time.
I mean, the only thing that makes sense is like what Chris said is just I feel like, I mean, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like if they're just playing Mercado in scrims and they're trying to get better at it and they are just awful at the map, then I guess like you have no choice. But
how are they all for Mercado?
You gotta play it, bro. Listen.
Well,
listen, you gotta play it in a
no
match.
one's saying to play it. These guys are
it's
they're
not like
playing
you have to
another
pick it.
team
Yeah,
that doesn't play it much. Test their fucking gangster and be like, okay,
but I feel
they're not gonna
you
play
gotta. I feel like you gotta try it though at some point. Like, bro,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
sure,
yeah,
well,
you do better than on scrims on Black Ops 4. Fucking, what was that control map? Seaside. We never played it at champs. We get shit on every day at scrims. At champs, we won it every single time we played on Black Ops 4 versus really good teams. So it's like,
I mean,
bro,
even
scrims are not the same as matches.
Bro, the way this series
Scrims do not translate to matches. Play the map at least once. Give it a shot.
Wait, Dylan, wasn't our champs
positive
run in
record in
World War
matches.
II? Didn't we do the same thing? Weren't we like terrible at Arnis Forest for a little bit and we played it at champs a lot or something like that? I think we got better. Yeah, like
you just and people think, oh shit, they're leaving the
or
city.
it was
We'll
Saint
pick it,
Marie.
but then
It was something.
yeah.
We were gross at one of the maps that we weren't supposed to be anymore. But we put a lot of work into. Obviously,
Chris also brought up the point. They have a positive record on the fucking map.
Yeah, that's
In
my
matches.
confusion. This whole thing is like
They just broke down.
if they
after
were like
fucking
0 and
stage
5
2,
or
I
0 and
guess.
6 or something, I would I guess like
yeah, because they already tried it. Like,
but I truly wonder like maybe they just get bodied on it in scrims all the time. I'm not too sure. Like it's just like it's like so it's so hard to see.
Dylan,
like
they lost to you guys the last time they played it. Stage 2 qualifiers, Mercado. You guys beat them 250 to 121. They haven't played since then.
Damn.
And it's like I just feel like this veto, like it's obviously easy to say it like afterwards, but we were saying it when we saw it. It was like, bro, they could have just like picked hotel. It would have been Embassy Mercado left over. If I'm New York, am I gonna play Mercado? It's not a map I play much, just like with Seattle, but I have hotel that I played about 15 times this season in a real match.
Yeah.
Probably would have picked
But-
that and you would have gotten a better set.
I'm gonna be honest though, like as much crap as you're giving them for the auto veto, and I'm not saying you guys are wrong or like you're wrong at all. Like I definitely understand the logic. They did go 1-1 in hardpoint. Like that was not the reason why they lost the series.
No.
Like
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like they definitely should avoid play. Like your logic is 100% right. But like, I mean, they won their map pick. New York won their map pick. I mean, the next two maps are.
I get what you're
Like,
saying,
yeah,
Chris.
but
but
like,
Hydro,
but you're
Hydro's
100% correct. No, I
literally New
trust me.
York's best map.
Trust me. I understand that
Yeah,
for sure.
Well,
Trust me.
before
I
we
get
continue
it.
the convo, let's just
But
get
yeah.
into the listener real quick, and then we'll roll through. I want to tune into Seattle Surge. We were tied up. It was a pretty back and forth game, so let's see how the boys from Seattle sound real quick.
Okay. I spun here. I spun B core. I'm aiming Tom dead. I spun B core. Single van. One more. Back wall. Lane. Double back wall. Let me close. Stop this flanking. Double vans, guys.
Stay alive in the back.
Double vans weak, Caesar. I'm gonna pinch. Caesar double vans weak. Okay. I'm gonna kill Tom. He saw Tom. He's close to Tom. My side. I'm down. Dead, Mac. I'm standing alive, helping you. I have your front. On the van. I got the van. One more low gas on me. On the van. On the wall. Gas truck. Dead. Top gas spot. Last guy. Top gas spot. Okay. Top gas spot. Priest. Last guy. Tom. Big fucking Tommy. Both. He's on the gas wall. Gas wall. I have your front time, guys. I have your front time. One bullet priest. One bullet priest. Gas wall. I have your front time with you. Two gas truck to left. They're like single van. Sign Paco. Single van. Absolutely. I kill van. One time Paco. I have your front time. Front time Paco. Front time. I will cross. I don't like gas truck. Okay. I'm one shot on time. I'm saying. I have your grass. Orange Paco. Orange weak Paco. They are. Okay. I'm playing over. Nothing crush it. Okay, we're gonna have to go. We're good gas for middle one shot. We're good gas for guys. Nice. Okay, P1. He's taking the gas wall. I'm waiting for someone. Wrap this guy with me. I'm hitting from top AC dead. I'm Priest was an orange. Priest was an orange. Priest orange. One shot. I got him. Nice. He's low gas. I got time. This guy was low gas. I don't know where he went. He's top gas. I'm blocking the gas spot. I'm gonna top gas. Nice. Orange dead. I'm saying gas. I have your
Yeah, P1?
Yeah, no.
Bottom orange.
I feel it. I'm gonna go gas, guys.
Bottom orange. P1. One shot, P1 going bottom orange. Back alley.
Slammed.
No, oh my god.
Nice.
I'm on
Bottom orange, priest. Bottom orange,
I'm coming, brother. Go back.
Help Tom. Amy,
P1,
get
P1. I'm looking ladder.
Okay, I have to jump out. One trees. One P1.
One's ladder, yeah.
Alrighty, that's gonna do it for the listener with Seattle Surge. Dante was going through with this map for sure. He was just like moaning and shrugging. You could tell he was just fucking. He ended up kicking up though. He ended up with like 22 or something. Like he ended up kicking up towards the second half of the game. But during that listening is kind of where Seattle Surge were able to just take a little bit of a lead. It got really close towards the end, but definitely wanted to tune in there. What did you guys think about the listening from Seattle Surge?
I thought the listen. I mean, Dante was definitely going.
He was
through
having a
it.
rough map.
I think the listening was that bad. I mean, bro, when we come talk about Seattle on this map, like Fred can break like P5s and P4s by himself. Like they just kind of set levels. It's a very comfortable map for them on Embassy. And look, we've talked about their position going in the series. They needed some momentum early in the series, and they got it. And they were able to kind of. It got a little bit more mixy at the end. We were doing like a kill bet on the stream, like with a couple 10s and 5 gifteds on the line. A little mixy here, but Seattle was kind of comfortably able to pull ahead on that P3 and kind of see it out.
Do we know if because Seattle's now 1-3, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we know if this guaranteed them in losers bracket?
No, because there's a very tangled web of teams that should be 2 and 3, and then
Yeah, because they still play again. Yeah.
The multi-team tiebreakers depend on strength of schedule. It depend on the matches on Sunday, so it's like impossible to just kind of find that out.
Yeah. I was
It's
just wondering
likely.
because that's just crazy to think about. Like Seattle and LAT and losers, like those are two very good teams. Like in losers bracket at the last event before champs. So
Yeah.
Well,
that's
here's the
tough.
issue with Seattle is like they're not technically in champs on 190 points. If they get 0, like if they don't win a series, they get bounced out of Major 5 quick. If in the hypothetical, I know not super likely world where Rokkr and Vegas play really good in this tournament, Boston plays really good in this tournament, they could theoretically not make champs. It's like probably 1% of happening.
Yeah, it's very low
But it-
percentage, but it's
Yeah.
in the
could
realm
still
of
happen.
possibility.
Yeah, so
But it's
they
very
gotta-
unlikely.
They
But
got to get going. You also want to try and get your best seed possible.
yeah,
for
you also
chances of clutch
of
luck at the end.
course.
You don't wanna
You
get
want to go
8
in with confidence.
You don't want to get 7th, 8th seed and played Phaser Optic first round. That obviously would not be ideal.
And then the ending of this game got absolutely fucking nuts. I mean, AG just goes massive. I thought for a second New York was going to somehow do it. You can see Seattle, they're getting the time. Kismet finds 2 kills gas, and he was able to keep the hill white. And then multiple trades are going down. It's an absolute mix fest. Then Seattle get the kills, and I'm like, GG, it's over. They're spawning out. Then a streak comes down from Kismet, and it just never ends. And then he gets 2 kills with the streak, and I'm like, oh my god, we're like freaking out. Everybody's going crazy in a call. And then eventually it's AG who calls game, and it's right here. He makes a good play. He doesn't rush towards that hill. He kind of plays patient, gets cuts off the spawners, finds 3 kills, and bada bing, bada boom. The Seattle Surge, they win the first map. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. 37 and 23 from AG, from Pred. What a map out of him. Everybody else on the team is negative or even. And then on the other side, Kismet 35 and 29, 31 and 27 from Paco. It was a good map. Good map 1. Seattle Surge, it came out on top. Good plays from AG. Any thoughts on the map 1? Pretty back and forth map. Any thoughts, guys?
No, it was a good start from Seattle back and forth. This was going to be a grueling in the respawns. We thought the search might be sort of a New York advantage, but at times they toss rounds, and that pretty much played to a T in this map. Was a big choke out of the Seattle Surge.
Yeah, this is where things get interesting, man. I mean, we go into.
I didn't get to see the beginning of this, dude. I didn't see this.
Some wild
was-
shit.
I saw the like last 2 rounds.
It
I didn't
was
see everything else of this.
Well, I'll run you through it. The first
Yeah,
round,
run me through.
Seattle, quick round. Lamar was able to find 3 in that round, so good round out of accuracy. Next round, it was actually a retake from New York. Seattle got in there early. They get a bomb plant, but you can see how New York kind of set up the pinches, right? Hydra, he goes all the way around left. They got a guys playing courtyard. Surprised Dante, I don't know if they just didn't see him cross or what, but he catches Dante slipping. He's able to find him, and you can see how the swarm comes in, the swarm of white from the New York subliners. Great plays from Paco. Just get around, get some kills. Last guy up is going to be AG, but the defuse comes in. The ninja defuse, actually. AG doesn't even get towards his bomb. He tries to take a late route, which was a good idea. He just didn't get there in time. We're tied up at 1, and then this round was a big 1v1 from, or not in this round, it's the next round, sorry. This round was a quick round from Seattle on the defense. It was pretty clinical. We get into the 2-1 round, and I think this is where Skies, right? With Skies and Paco, they end up clutching up. I thought Lamar was going to clutch this for a second. Look at the play here from Lamar. He's like laying down on a bomb. He's hiding. He's hiding behind the couch in a 1v2. And with 20 seconds left, he ends up getting this kill on Paco. And then I thought he was gonna like dip out of here and like try and like throw shimmies and like get info and try and play his life. But Skies does a good job just putting that pressure on him. Put some bullets into him. Lamar is forced to stay down, and Skies with a big 1v1 clutch as New York, they go up in this one. There was a little bit of a timeout here. I don't know what. Do you guys know what happened here? I don't know.
Kismet tweeted they hit something like in his eye, and he had to go like flush out.
Something was in his eye. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. I wish we had timeouts fucking back in the day. I would have with the lights on. I would. Yeah. I got a timeout or something. Damn. Oh, he put in the chat. The Bulldog put in the chat. Eyelash. Couldn't see. But yeah, they get back on track after about 40 seconds. Kismet hits the bathroom real quick. He does what he's got to do. We're tied up at 2. This was a Seattle retake. New York, they go for the quick A plant. A lot of retakes on this A bomb site, and you can kind of see how Seattle do it. They end up storming right through bottom checkers. They just storm right through. They get a trade. Dante finds a snipe field. I think it was P-Dog trying to play a little bit of a lay flake there, but it was a good read. Bro, Skies could have done this. He kills Lamar, kills the guy here. If he would have read this guy in the pinch with 12 bullets, like turn around and pre-him that, he might have caught him slipping there. That could have been insane if he would have done that. But good tries from Skies. Good retake from Seattle. They go up 3-2, and then this round, Dante with the 1v2. Let's take a look and see how he was able to do it. He actually goes over towards the B-bomb, plays a little bit of a corner, and here he just starts bumping his headset, finds one, and I think it was the unintentional stair glitch from Dante. I don't think he meant the stair glitch there. I didn't even know there was a fucking staircase there.
He definitely didn't mean to do that.
Nah,
I think he just kind of dropped. Yeah.
It was a good clutch, though. Really good clutch. He played it pretty well. He tucked himself into the corner, used his time, bumped his
unintentional fucking stair glitch.
Yeah, dude. At least I don't think that was intentional.
Unintentional lines of sight, as Clayster would say.
Yeah, shout out to Clay when he sat on top of a tree and we got 4.
By Parasite.
Get fucked.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Parasite, motherfucker. Then we get into the next round. Bro, AG takes a 50-50 in this round. First, this was insane. At New York, Sky said it during the interview, but New York got to stop getting clutched on, bro. AG, he's left in a 1v4. He finds one onto Kismet. And then he starts dipping and weaving. He ends up cracking his door open. He catches P-Dog off guard. Boom, 1v2. And then I like the route here. He picks up the AR, pops the dead silence, and he's going to switch lanes on him. He's going to run across the catwalk here. Oh, look what AG does. He runs to the B bomb site. Look, they're across the map from each other. He's playing a 50-50 right now, and just look at the outs of New York. As soon as they start running over towards this B bomb site, we were all like, uh-oh, here we go. AG's about to clutch it. You can see Paco. He's watching across. They're thinking there's no way AG is just camping the B bomb site. I mean, this is a fantastic play out of AG. He ends up clutching the 1 versus 4, and they go up 5-2.
They took a real gamble right there, too.
Yeah, they did.
Can we go back to when he gets the kill on the staircase?
Yeah,
I need to see this. Because I have... Okay. Dude, he gets this kill. He's got no dead silence, bro. Hold on. Look, he gets this kill. Okay, around. Priesta hears him. There's no way. Hello?
He got bad time. I don't know what happened there. He got kind of bad. He was like looking at it.
Bro.
It was a 1v3. No. It wasn't a 1v3.
As soon as I hear him at that doorway, bro, I'm busting out the damn freaking keg alley door.
But Sky said in the chat. No. Chris, you're tweaking.
It was close.
What do you mean,
bro? Sky said in the chat, you can't hear the levels of if they're above or below. Like, so he's probably got confused. He's top, and Sky just said he thought he heard him top money.
His teammate. Yeah, he did, and then you could hear him drop right next to him, bro. If that's me with sound EQ, bro, I'm hearing that, and I'm gonna assume he's probably using.
Listen, because not everyone is as built and talented as you are, man. Like,
nah, bro, I just have a headset, bro. I don't know. That's just weird to me.
Chris be cranking his shit to 12.
I could wait, yeah, on God, bro. If I was in the league, bro, I'm
listen. Priest is a respectable guy. Don't use sound EQ. Come on,
dude. This goes fucking downhill.
I'm hearing that.
Well,
yeah. So what goes wrong here? Like, how do they blow this?
Paco, bro. That's what goes wrong.
So Hydra dropped 18, right?
Yeah,
that's like
Hydra just goes fucking insane.
So he just starts going crazy.
He just goes crazy. He was literally just running at him, just like slamming him. I don't even know how the fuck he was doing.
He's just taking timings.
Yeah, just hitting timings.
I mean, bro, Hydra's search and destroy. I feel like all year has been like. He's got to be like top three S&D player in the league right now, right?
He's been frying in search, but their issues in S&D have been when you take him out of the round. They lose a lot of rounds, and then their collective decision making sometimes. I mean, I don't know how many times I've watched their 1vx clutch against them in the last like 5 or 6 matches they played. So they can clean that up. I think they got the firepower to be a good search game.
Paco's got to be up there with one of the best POVs to watch for sure.
Yeah.
he's got to be a top 3 S&D player in the league right now. I feel like
He's just so good at playing his life. Getting a blood, getting away, being ratty, playing an off corner.
Even here, he's still going. I think
Switching
that's the
lanes.
second on the round. Paco, he ends up throwing some shimmies here, and
Yeah,
even here,
Pred
like
shook.
Paco's not afraid to like chow this.
Yeah.
Like he keeps getting Pred off the bomb, and he ends up hitting the drop shot onto AG. That's another 3 kills from Paco. Then we go into the 9th round here, or the 10th round, excuse me, whatever the fuck it is. Paco, he calls a streak. Boom. Streak comes down. They get the information. Skies is able to find 1 before the streak actually ends up hitting the ground. And you see Paco. It's a 4v2 right off the bat. Now everybody's flipping out. Everybody's like, oh my god, New York is going to fucking do it. Paco ends up using his dead silence here as well. Ends up calling the daddy here. We'll kind of see how this one ends up playing out. 4v2. Lamar and Mac by themselves. Mac was just trying to play a little corner here. But Paco makes the read. Finds 1 onto him. They clean it up, and then we go to a round. These rounds are quick too, man. They did the comeback was fast.
these aren't even close. I feel like they're just kind of running over him right now.
Yeah, it was almost like when they were down 5-2, Crowder. Like they were in like a fuck it mentality. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, like whatever. Let's just like
whatever.
start doing it. Yeah,
just start running at him to see what.
Sometimes that works though, dude. Yeah, sometimes that
100%.
works.
Yeah, no, for sure. And he was hitting his timings. I mean, because then people just start getting loose, get confident. You know. And then we get into the last round, the round 11. Look at Kismet, man. I think AG's, he's chasing, man. He's chasing. He can't fall for the bait. It's the Bulldog who busts through the door. He runs out, and he baits out AG, gets the help of Paco there, and they end up team shooting AG, so he goes down. And just like that, it's a 4v3 situation. New York Subliners, they do a good job staying patient. Bomb down, 4v3. They wait for their dead silence. They can pop their deadie, and then they make their play. Kismet, he goes for a late pinch here. He goes up top. He finds another one. That's 2 in the round from him. Really good plays from the Bulldog. And you can see P-Dog picks up Mac. And then last guy is going to be Mr. Dante. And that's where Hydra picks up the 18th kill. You can see how much it means to him. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. 18-6 with almost 2,000 damage.
Wow.
In the S&D. That is insane. People do have that stat line in Hardpoint.
Yeah. It's wild, bro. I got to be honest, man, with Seattle and S&D. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, they looked good. Like, kind of, they struggled really much in the beginning of the season. Major 3 started to look like they started to turn a corner in search, and then they have once again just like kind of rock bottomed again. The only S&D they've won so far this stage was a round 11 versus Boston. They didn't look particularly good against Toronto. The Hotel against Optic. I think Optic was in control most of that map, and then here they collapsed. I think the S&D kind of the bottom has fallen out, and you're just not going to win and be competitive against good teams if you can't win searches.
You know, they literally had a guy drop a nuke on him. Like, he was destined to win that map with the way he was playing. So that's kind of unfortunate. But regardless of the fact that, you know, maybe he had that insane performance, bro, look at the stats of this series, man. They'll tell you everything you need to know. And it's literally just the same old shit that happens with Seattle. Is they got 2 players on their team that are getting fried. And I don't care how much of a go button you give some of your players. Like, that shit is unacceptable. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. These guys have an absurdly talented player, hungry player on their team that is continuously performing to a superstar level in challengers, and they don't even like give them a shot. I get it. Those guys have a brotherhood. I mean, if you know all of them as a team, like, they have a brotherhood, and that's probably why they're not making a change. But good Lord, are they fucking absolutely wasting Pred's fucking final year probably on this team?
Bro, it's not even just about Pred. They're all wasting each other's time right now.
On top of that, if you give this guy a chance and he shows out again, you add this piece to your team next year that can potentially attract other people and replace a player that you're going to be sorely missing. Because I highly doubt, like I said, as much of a go button as you give this player, there is no fucking way that he is the reason you are dropping 0.6s and 0.5s in matches. I fucking refuse to believe it. So
it's very clear, Chris. This team is not beating any of the top teams. They're winning events right now with the form they're in. I don't care. I just don't know why you would keep running it back with the squad if you can't win events. It just seems like psychotic to me. I don't know.
Win events, bro. Like, look at their placements. The fuck winning events. They're not even making Sundays sometimes.
It's really late now. I mean, they can still make a change if they wanted to. Minnesota made a change, and it worked out for them. So we'll see if they end up making a change moving forward, because they do have.
I would Gwyn, bro. The Challengers Elite season's over. There's no more online stuff for Challengers outside of maybe a cup this weekend. Does that really matter? Call Gwyn up, bro. Like, get it done. Stop wasting everybody's time here.
And he was really good as a sub. And lately in this season of the Elite, he's also been really fucking good with an AR. So clearly this guy does whatever the fuck he wants. And he's probably one of the better players in Challengers. He's placed really well at LANs. He's placed really well in all the Elites. He's a good player. Fuck the Brotherhood shit, bro. Like, you really want to go and use this opportunity at Champs and place like shit? I mean, for all we know, Seattle could have one of those runs where they just turn up and they're clicking on all in every single way, but I'm not fucking betting that. I'm not betting on that, dude. At all.
I want to talk about the control a little bit. Seattle, they ended up winning the offense pretty quickly. They get a good break off the Cap B. They had all around the Cap A, so it was a pretty easy offense to start things off. Take a look at this. 14 seconds on the clock. Who is it? Hydra. Take a look at the mini-map, that number 8. He's the one who makes the play. This is a godlike play.
He gets 3 here, right?
One. Yeah, he finds one, dives over the wall to get down behind the stairs. Then he pinches 2 guys. Boom, kills 2 of them. Then he gets on a point, stacks it. I think he ends up getting like another one here, but that pinch right there.
Back up. Can we back up? Did Dante give up the pinch?
They gave it up. Because he didn't want to get snaked by the stairs. Like he gets a kill, then he dives across, and then Dante was like shit, and then he gave it up. I don't know why he gave it up, but he turned around, and then he ends up getting pieced. They both get pieced. Paco finds 2. Everybody dies.
Could Seattle? Could you back it up really quick? Could Seattle have gotten a better, like, more pressure? Back it up like one more time. Sorry, they got. I want to right here. It's
right here. Dante finds 1. Pred finds 2. This guy's shooting here. I mean, they should be pouncing on this guy here. This last guy. They should be running at this guy.
So they team Nate.
They should 100% be pushing up bedroom here. I don't know what they're doing.
They also got a team. I was gonna say, as good as Hydra's play is, I mean, this is Seattle allows this to happen.
Even with the teammate, even with the teammate, they should have went though.
Kismet makes a really good play. Instead of like overextending and trying to do something, he's again playing bed denial. That's literally all he's doing.
Yeah.
His teammates can literally sprint to bed full speed ahead without having to worry about anyone being there at all.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Seattle allowed this Hydra play to be so impactful too, because they just took no map presence either. That was just tough. Like, but to obviously go back to that, like Kismet making the play and Seattle obviously not making the play back to kill him and then like force the bedroom control. It's just like like Kismet's just sitting there telling his entire team like, "Yo, bedroom's open.
Dylan, can you
it is
mute
clear."
Your mic or talk or something because your mic is peaking. All right,
I think you just did. You're good. But yeah, it's the same thing. He was just saying like, "Yo, we're good. No one's bed. And then Hydra makes that play with no one bed. Like Hydra's sitting there like, "Oh, I'm about to completely ruin their day." It's just I feel like this was the best play New York could have made, and it still shouldn't have been good enough if Seattle just didn't misplay that. But still, that's tough. And especially when it's Hydra doing that shit, dude.
And this is it at the end here too. You can see Dante. He's just like chalked in a corner.
He's just,
too. I mean, this is just really good plays. We got Kayson on the chat. What's going on, Kayson? Everybody say hello to Kayson. And then we're tied up at 1, and it's Paco again, dude, in this round. Like, he was just a complete bailout. Like, New York, they go on the defensive side now. They end up stopping this 8-point and getting some kills here with the streak. So they were able to pin Seattle back a little bit. And you could kind of see how this round plays out. Seattle were able to get the 8-point, and then it was actually the New York Subliners who hold on to this defense. They're able to hold on and just kind of get pushed up bed and do what Seattle didn't do. And just stay alive up top, stay alive bed, be a nuisance on the map. And, I mean, everybody in New York, when these guys are firing on all cylinders, they're really hard to stop. And as we skim through, I just want to take a look at Paco's stat line. He's 27-13 going into the 4th round. I mean, that is fucking insane. That is nuts. 13-19 from P-Dog, 11-11 from Skies, 16-15 from Kismet, 27-13 from Hydra. I mean, this guy was all over the fucking map, bro. Guy was going crazy. And then we go into the last round, and once again, it is another quick offense from the New York Subliners. You can see New York, they get a perfect break off the rip. They get the kills. I like the play from P-Dog here to stay alive main desk. This was a fantastic play from P-Dog. Staying alive, snaking the fuck out of that heady. I mean, that was a good play. Sometimes you see people get on that main desk and they give it up. Like, they just run off of it and they die or something. It's like, bro, just keep snaking it. Like, it's the god desk. It's hard to kill people off of that. Thought P-Dog was made a really good play there. And then they cut across to A. And I believe this is where Paco makes the play. He ends up flanking this guy. I think he ends up jumping his corner, finds another one, and then we'll take a look at this. He dives through, drop shots the corner, finds a third. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ.
That movement was crazy. When he dove into shop, that looked so smooth.
Yeah, that was fucking nuts, bro. We can rewind it. We'll take a look again.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah.
Paco and people like Shotzi are those people that you ask them what sense they play on, and they tell you 6-6, and you just can't believe it. it's just the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
They look like they're moving so fast and turning so fast, and it's just like, how?
They got them loose sticks, bro. They got them loose sticks. I need to take a look at the final scoreboard. 33-13 from Paco. 15-13 from Skies. 15-20 from P-Dog. 16-15 from Kismet. I mean, this was just a crazy map from Paco. Obviously, Lamar had a rough map, but everybody from Seattle was negative except for Pred. So Seattle, they continue to struggle. And then we hop into the last and final map of the day, and we hop into a Hydra Hardpoint. Any thoughts on the control, guys, other than Paco just going fucking nuts?
No, move to the next map.
Yeah,
It's a Hydra show.
Seattle
Once
just
they
trolled
choked
that one round, and then they trolled that one round, and
yeah.
then Paco just kept on taking over.
Yeah, one thing I want to talk about, and Crowder, you talked about this a little bit, but you didn't like this streak that much from AG. I mean, this is where the streaks here.
Wait, back
He was
it
too
up,
far.
yeah.
He was too.
Well,
there was nothing set up. They didn't set anything up here.
Well, look at this. So pause it right here.
Yeah, I paused it. Yep, got you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, if this streak kills anybody, like realistically, I know he's probably banking on Mac to probably get a kill too. But if this streak kills anybody, like, what is 3, 2, and 4 gonna do about it?
Nothing. And any kills they get, they're just gonna spawn in the back anyway, unless Mac literally pieces.
And that's what I'm saying. Unless Mac goes huge, and he has to go huge.
Invented fucking teleportation in this game and somehow teleported the fucking back to the
No,
spawn.
well, that's what I mean. It's just like it was just tough because like they didn't. That was definitely poorly set up because like even if it was a successful streak, which again it's probably not going to be with trophies and stuff too. Because another thing too is if there's trophies down there, none of their players are in position to throw tacticals or anything to get those trophies off, right? So like either way, like there's just almost no way you can do anything about what can counter the streak. Even if the streak's successful, it's still not going to work. Like, yeah, no, I mean that's just tough, especially with a team that's as good at this map. Like you're already kind of falling behind, and you kind of need to take the L there, and then hopefully like try and bring it back at the next hill, and then like use that to actually bail yourself out, not just like I don't know.
It's just
that was tough.
It was a waste. It was kind of a waste of a streak. And then, dude, I love how New York kind of break into this one. I mean, it started with Kismet. He kind of I feel like Kismet took some really good routes here. He finds one kill by jumping up. Then he jumps the corner. I like the route. He sees somebody, but he goes swimming, bro. He goes swimming. And he does a little. I
mean, he's just using the map. He's just using the map to his advantage, bro. Like it's just as like annoying as this is, it's just I mean, bro, this is just what you got to do on this map, dude. This is why this team is so good at this map because they use this map really well. Like they play this very well. It's very hard to like watch that stuff. So like he's just gonna use it when he gets a chance.
You can see that opens up. Just
he was flowing too, dude. And he was flowing. He got that kill, and he did it. No hesitation, right into the water, right under there.
They
like
don't overdo it too. Like they're not just taking these super mega long routes. They're like getting kills and making them guess and taking them short. Like it's
makes them uncomfortable. When you're trying to watch those routes, you're sitting there like, dude, I don't know where this guy's about to come from.
They're worried about him. You know, they can't find him, so they're calling him out and they're tweaking about him, and he opens up the whole front for his team. So they get in there. Then I'm thinking, Crowder, you were saying this during the watch party, like, oh, this is Seattle's chance right here. This is where they have to bring it back. This is their rotation, right? Hold those P2 spawns. Hold a good P1 hill here. But they get broken pretty easily.
I mean,
and I
this
think it starts
two-piece by
with P-Dog.
Preston.
Why are they challenging that, though? Why is Seattle challenge? They don't need to challenge that.
Yeah.
I don't think Mac needs to challenge 2 seconds. And I don't think Dante needs to just ego chow old. I think they should just play around people like just
Preston also shit on him because I'm pretty sure Sib was pre-aiming him
the
entire time.
Here too. P-Dog hits the hill and finds a third. Like P-Dog literally just shit on him for this break. And then while he's doing that, you have long routes being taken, and then New York flipped the spawns.
And then they get the flip. Right here, this is basically the game. Like it's like all right, like like I feel like when we were all watching this, we're like, yeah, this is tough. Like like no matter what, like it's just they just give him so much map control, dude.
Seattle has to brute force the front of the hill or choose to flip and give up all the time. So and it's just brutal.
I'm saying Seattle is putting themselves in positions to win, dude. That was the monster flag right there, Tommy. I was talking about right there. But
wait, you're right. Bro. I even noticed that. I was like,
I was laughing about that. I've never seen that.
That's interesting. That's crazy, bro.
I never noticed it. But yeah, dude, like that's what I mean. I feel like Seattle is putting themselves in positions to like actually like have a chance, and it was like a couple times, and just every single time like they just dropped. Yeah, like they were just like taking crazy chows. They just dropped in the back or something. Like I think even this next P3, it was kind of the same thing. I'm pretty sure Mac dies in the back, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna fast forward it. Mac, he hits like the Y chow right in the back. He does like some weird. Let's skim through.
This New York team's the number one holding team on this map. This is their map.
This might be New York's best map. To be honest,
I'm pretty sure they're 9-2 on it.
Ben literally said it is like.
I'm pretty sure they're 9-2 on this map. They're very good.
They look so comfortable.
That's why it's like, yes, and I get Seattle can play it too, but you're giving them their best map. The auto veto shit needs to go, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
we'll
what
listen
I'm-
to
But,
the
like-
listening with New York because they were kind of trolling, bro. And listen, it was kind of funny. Like they were
Yes,
definitely.
guys.
It
Yeah.
was a funny listening.
zesty.
Caesar was saying Zoo and Zesty comms for
Wait,
gifted.
let's listen in. Let's tune in and see how they sound.
I am.
You went dead. One more time.
That's him. That's all.
Copy is dead.
Nice. Get time.
Somebody bump.
Run if you want to. Run if you want to. Go. One's from P1. From
P1
the going top. They're all gonna be front. They're all gonna be front. Maybe we're taking right. One more bridge.
Yeah. Absolute bridge.
Lemon pit. I'm bumping. We'll go get your outer. I'll get your outers. I gave you P5. I'm your outer pipes.
I'm near your front door.
I'm on shot.
Front door, 100%.
Outer.
Front door right now. Next
Go front water down.
Outer one shot dead. No one top.
Nice. We flip them here
Top,
too.
top peek. I'm watching top peek. Really peek. I'm already top.
I kill him. Bottom. Hey, look at one behind.
Bottom one shot me. Back on me. Back door.
Get kills, Paco. This fucking.
Back door. Oh my god.
Hard blocking P2. I'm hard blocking P2.
You're so good.
Get time.
You want me to shake? I'm shaking a room. I'm shaking a room. I heard you.
One behind me. I'm on shot.
I'm shaking now. Stay alive. Low cat. Alright, here.
Left on me then.
Guys,
Low left on you, kids. Low cat dead. Nice. No one P5. I'm gonna shake P5. He's going top. Top on you.
Yeah, we're pushing out. Counter block.
I'm blocking.
Beach me then.
I'm blocking boys.
P3 on me.
P5 spawns. P5 spawns.
Yeah, keep holding your back.
Front of me. I'm front broken. Low left. They're on me, guys. Get my mid. Low left.
I have it.
I'm watching how different back. I'm gonna die first. We're good. Low left. Catch that under your kill. Nice. Low left. I'm killing back in that guy. Cat, stun on the front.
Oh, he got me. Yeah, that's 2. Alright, the ultra back. We're good. Broken on me too. You want to me here? Actually, with 30 seconds. We're good.
Broken on me. Watch that.
Back P2. Mac one shot. He's rotating P1. Rotating for P1. Someone pick that up.
Understand?
Only one.
I got him.
Push hold.
I'll see him. Got rock. Back right now. In the back, one shot. One got rock. For outer got rock. One of the other.
I'm rotating. One more time. Nice.
No one here. Oh my god.
I got
P5. Slammed him. I have scrap, bro.
Yeah, I'll block new.
This is hilarious.
He's having way too much fun with the comms right now.
Yeah.
Bro, it's because from his POV, he just like rotated and he saw Paco's arrow in Narnia. Like all his team was near him and he's
That was
just in the back
hilarious.
just chilling. And Hydra's just getting kills. And then he's just like, oh, they're all spotting P5.
Nah, they were
Like, go
all
get 'em.
frying though. It wasn't just bro. Their whole team fried this map. Like this was a team fucking W
Yeah,
here,
it was
bro.
a team
Like,
fry.
They were fucking cooking. Like everybody was having a good time. Everybody was flowing on the map. They were making plays. Even the Bulldog was slicing people up underwater, bro. Take a
Yeah,
look
that
at
was
this
crazy.
shit. This was fucking nuts.
That's coming up, right? It's right
Yeah,
here.
meets
Yeah.
AG right here in the water. How you doing? Go foggy shout. Boom. Gets up there. I mean, that was just fucking hilarious, bro. That's fucking
Hit him with the
comedy.
little how you
I
doing.
think
Yeah,
I think
dude.
Kiz, especially on during this stage, I think Kiz has been like impactful as a two-way player. One is like he's very good around the hill, soaking hill time, making plays. He's been really effective pushing out and kind of doing what we expect a lot from Hydra, like being a sub, being annoying, getting kills, switching lanes, switching gears, and it makes this New York team super dangerous in respawn.
Yep, and then they end up winning this one out. They end up beating Seattle by 100 points. Take a look at the final scoreboard. It was a 3-1 victory for the New York Subliners. Again, for Seattle, everybody negative except for Bread. And then the other side, Hydra, 28-21. P-Dog, 26-21. 30-20 from Skies. 28-18 from Kismet. I mean, guys, these guys are going absolutely fucking nuts. Got to give them their props. They were all going crazy. That's going to do it for today's matches. We could take a look and see what's going on for tomorrow. We can run through predictions really quick. I know it's been a pretty long show, but I've been enjoying every second. We got Vegas versus Seattle. I'll start things off with Vegas, Seattle. I'm going to go Vegas. I think Vegas need this, so I just think they're going to come out different tomorrow. Crowder, who do you got?
I mean, I'm leaning towards Vegas too. I think Vegas absolutely need it.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I think the way they're just playing in search too. I mean, I know their search has been struggling, but I still think they have the edge in search. I don't know. I think Vegas goes that for sure.
Benjay?
Oh man, this is gonna be a last map gruely, but I cannot trust Seattle to win a last map, so I'm gonna go with Vegas.
Duarte?
If Vegas plays well, I got them, and I'm gonna assume they're gonna bring the fire tomorrow because they fucking need this shit. But I mean, in probably any other circumstance, I would have said Seattle, but I'll take Vegas here.
Nah,
I just think they
ready?
need it, dude. I think
They
that
need it.
that need is like you can't
The fact
replicate
that
it,
Rokkr
dude. Yeah.
won their match today, like they
Dude, Tom just
need
never
this.
asked me anything, bro. It's
Nah,
all good,
I was
dude.
gonna ask you. I was literally just about to ask you, Dale.
Nah, it's all good,
Nah,
bro.
Dale, I was about to ask you, bro. For real. He was
gonna
talking
say, yo,
still.
Listen,
he was still
I
talking, Dale. He was
already
still
ha-
talking, Dale.
I already have the script, bro. Listen, it's
Nah.
when
What's the
because when
script,
you're in
man?
a position to where like Vegas wanted to plan our downfall today, we come out, we beat LAT. So now As a Rokkr supporters on the Rokkr team, you want to pray on Vegas' downfall. So that means Vegas is going to 3-0 Seattle tomorrow.
Alright, sounds good, Dylan. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
And then we got Optic Texas versus Florida. I'm going to go Optic. I think Florida's been playing well, but I just think the way Optic's been playing recently, I just don't think Florida's going to be able to do it. I'm going to go 3-1 Optic. Dylan, let's start with you, Dylan. Who you got?
Nah. Bro, this is going to be a close match.
You think so?
Optic is definitely the best team in the game right now, but Florida has been looking good.
They're turned, bro. They're fucking
They've
turned.
been looking like they
got
hit
Florida
some
winning?
new type
You
of
got
form.
Florida
No.
winning,
I don't have Florida winning, but
okay.
I think this will be a lot closer than people think, even if it's like, you know, the close between hardpoint, S&D, control, the scores. But Florida has been looking really good.
Yeah.
Has been looking really good. But Optic's still winning though.
Wait, oh, never mind. I don't remember. Never mind. Go ahead, sorry.
All right, Crowder, who do you got?
I got Optic. Easy.
All right,
I think Florida might play it well, but I think Optic's gonna win.
Yeah, it should be an entertaining match.
What about you, Ben?
I can see Florida taking like one map in this series, and as good as Florida's played, I think Optic will outclass them and take it 3-1.
Duarte.
I got Optic just because matchup wise, I feel like Florida is gonna have to play Fortress again, or like they've been playing Fortresses and winning them in hardpoint, and I don't think they're gonna be able to do that versus this team. And they're just not looking particularly good at search. And Texas obviously is looking pretty much undeniable at this point. I can see them maybe making some maps close, but ultimately I'm still gonna say Texas 3-0.
Alrighty, we got LAG going up against Toronto Ultra. I personally got Toronto Ultra in this one. I think they're another team that's been looking pretty strong. Obviously, LAG been having a pretty rough year. I don't know if they're going to have the firepower to take down Ultra. I'll go 3-1 Ultra. I can see maybe LAG taking a map, but Dill, we'll go with you again. Who do you got?
Toronto.
All right, Crowder.
Toronto.
Benjay.
I got Toronto 3-0.
Duarte.
Toronto 3-0.
And then we go over to Atlanta FaZe going up against the Boston Breach. I got Atlanta FaZe.
Pick Crowder first.
1 FaZe up. Crowder, you don't have to. You don't have to pick. It's okay. I won't put you on the spot.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Chris is texting me. We're 3-0 in those shitters. I mean, okay, Chris. All right, Chris. Well, I mean, I'm excited for the match tomorrow, man.
Who do you got? Fucking moron.
I'm gonna go FaZe. 3-1.
Benjay?
I think Boston has looked pretty good as
Yeah,
late.
they look good. It's gonna be a good series.
This
It's gonna be a
one
tough series.
could be a battle. My concern though for Boston is that I think they're gonna like square up a phase on like Embassy Search, and they're gonna get bodied. And if that's the case, I think they take maybe one map in this series and FaZe get it done in 4.
All right, Duarte, who do you got? My bad, Ben. Were you done, Ben, or no? I
was just kidding. I think this search is still a work in progress.
What are both teams? Does anyone know the records of both teams? Well, Crowder, you know your team's record. What's your team's record right now? The split?
This split 3-1.
And what's Boston's?
I actually don't know what their record is.
They're 2-1 right now.
2-1, okay.
I think Boston upsets the last map.
Chris, get out. Duarte, get the fuck out of here.
No, it's a good change of pace. We all said FaZe. We all said FaZe.
No, I said that too. Boston's been looking
Can't
good,
pick FaZe every day.
Nah,
Boston's looking pretty good.
No, you can't, bro. It's a good pick. I'm just busting your balls. Boston Breach. Duarte's got Boston. I'm excited for that series. I'm excited for the Optic Florida. I'm really excited for the first one, Vegas, Seattle. And then, of course, honestly, these are good matches tomorrow. All 4 of them. These are fire matches. I like these matches. This is going to be a good time.
Third match is not a good match, Tom.
What happened? What did you say?
I said the third match is not a good match, Tom.
Yeah,
Don't lie.
Okay, listen. Maybe
You're being too nice, bro.
I'm just thinking maybe LAG will shut that. Maybe there might be an upset there, and then it'll be a good match. You know what I mean? If it's an upset, and then Scrappy's gonna be there, he's gonna fucking rage. It's gonna be hilarious. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Obviously, Toronto is probably gonna slap him up. But okay, 3 out of 4, Crowder. 3 out of 4. You know what I mean? Benjay, sink the fucking pot. It's your time. Crowder's here. Don't disappoint. Dylan's here. Do not
he's sinking the putt, dude?
Crowder,
no way, dude.
Crowder, Dill, you guys are our guest. Is he sinking? Yes or no? You gotta hurry up because he's speedrunning.
No,
he's
Holy
not.
shit.
No. No chance. No chance. No chance. No chance.
He's
No
got the
sink.
dogs out.
No sink.
Hey!
He got it.
Look at the smile. Look at the smile on his
Fuck.
face, bro. Look at the fuck.
Yo, he
He's
was
got
so
the
proud
dogs
of
out
himself.
today.
Oh, he's got the dogs out, dude.
Jesus,
Damn.
for free.
Oh, no wonder it smells like shit in
For
here.
free,
Right
Ben,
there, that
for
was a
free.
no-doubter.
Oh
Ben,
my
you got
God,
the dogs
man.
out for free, Ben.
Yeah,
3
whatever.
feet. Repeat.
Yeah, whatever, bro. Yo, listen, Dylan and Crowder, you guys are the fucking goats, bro. I appreciate y'all hopping on and joining us.
No
on the
problem.
Fight, man.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nah, this is it was an absolute pleasure talking to you guys and have you guys on, bro. I had fun today. So thank you so much for hopping on. As always, guys, today's Flank episode is presented by the Xfinity 10G network, so I want to give a big shout out to them. Doesn't matter if you're gaming, streaming, competing, whatever it is, their 10G network has a faster connection with less interruptions, so make sure to go check them out. Huge shout out to Xfinity. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, go to anchor.fm/theflank to go check out all the audio sites we're on. Go follow at The Flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials per usual. As always, take care, brush your hair. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank, man. Take it easy, man. Good night, guys.
Peace.
Bye.